What's up guys, it's James here, and in today's video I'll be showing you how to create a beautiful and professional website for a chemical production company. Alright, so if you go through my channel, I have recorded this video already on my channel, but in that video I made use of Elementor's inner section to design the website. So Elementor recently introduced the Flexbox container. So Elementor has replaced the sections and columns with the Flexbox container. And if you decide to use the Flexbox container to design your website, then you will be assured of websites that load faster, design complex layout, better responsive controls, and also more design options. So we are going to be creating this website using the Elementor Flexbox container. Now, before we proceed, let's take a look at the website we are going to be designing in this video. So this is the website launched on my browser, and here you can see we have the logo. We have the logo here. We have the navigation menu. You can see the effect on this navigation. Like I told you, this website is going to be designed completely from scratch, which makes it very easy for you because you don't need to have any sort of experience in the past in designing website. You don't need to know how to write codes. You don't need to have any prior knowledge. Once you watch this video to the end, I can assure you that you're going to know how to design a website that looks like this with absolute ease. So make sure you watch this video to the end. So if you look here, we have the logo here, we have the navigation. If I scroll down, you can see we have this hero section with the call to action. You can see the effect on this button. I'm going to be showing you how to add all this. Then when I scroll down, you can see the animation effect. You can see how very beautiful this section looks. I'm going to be showing you how to add all these animation effects and how to create this section. Then when you come down here, we have these specialty chemicals. You can see all these pictures. I'm going to be linking all the resources I'm going to be using in this tutorial in the description of this video. So I'll show you where to get high resolution pictures, and I'll also link all these pictures in a folder for you to download and follow along. All right, so if I scroll down here, you can see this counter section. I'll show you how to create this. Down here we have the theme section. Then when I come down, we have the news and events. So this is like a blog section we have on this website, and I'll show you how to write a perfect blog post that will make your website to rank on Google and easily be found. All right, so this is the blog section. When I come down, we have a mini call to action here. I'm going to be showing you how to do this. Then if you come down here, we have this get in touch section. So I'll show you how to create a form on your website to collect users' inputs or make them to get in contact with you. And on the right hand side, we have the map. So I'll show you how to integrate a map on your website that reflects your company's location. So this is how I added this map. Then when you scroll down, we now have these two videos here. So this is the website we are going to be designing in this video. Now if I scroll to the top, you can see we have a translator here. So if I click here, I can change this to Arabic. You can see the whole website has been changed to Arabic, and here I can change it to French. I can change it to any language I want. Okay, so let me just go back and put this to English. And when I put this to English, you can see here we have other pages like the About Us page, we have the Who We Are, we have the team, we have the blog and all that. So let's say I come here and I click on Who We Are just to see how that page looks. So it has opened and you see how this page looks, which means I have linked all the pages on this website and everything is looking great. So I'll be showing you how to add this menu and also how to link all the pages on your website professionally. Okay, then if I click on blog, you can see that it opens the blog page, and you can see how very beautiful and organized this blog section is. So I'll be showing you how to create this and make it to look this great, and all the other pages here as well. All right, so let me go back to the home page. Now another very important thing, I'm going to be showing you how to make your website 100% responsive across multiple devices like desktop, tablets and mobile phones. Okay, so if I come here, you can see how this website looks on mobile. See that it looks great. The website is responsive. The website looks great on mobile phone, and if I switch it to tablet, you can see it also looks great on tablet. So I'm going to be showing you how to make your website responsive. Okay, so basically I think that is it, guys. Now, to get started in designing any website, you need to have a domain name and web hosting. All right, and a domain name is basically your website address. It's like the name of your website. So a domain name could be something like facebook.com, mesologic.org, tesla.com, and all those. Then you also need to have web hosting, and web hosting is the main server where your entire website is being saved. All right, so we also need to get hosting, and in this video I'm going to be offering you a free domain name. Okay, if you watch this video to the end, I'm going to be offering you a free domain name, and also I'll be offering you 79% discount on any web hosting package of your choice. All right, so make sure you watch this video to the end, and also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also hit the bell notification icon so you always get notified when I drop future videos. So in order to get the free domain name and 79% discount on the web hosting I promised, just open a tab on your PC and go to this website, webhosting22.com. all right, so just go to webhosting22.com, search this in your browser URL, and when you open it up, you'll be enjoying the discount I promised. Now it's going to be bringing you here. I'm also going to link the link to this website in the description of this video. So if you go to the video description, you'll see this link to come to this website, and once you come to this website, webhosting22.com, click on go to DreamHost, and then it will take you to DreamHost. Now this is the official DreamHost website, and DreamHost is one of the best and most reliable web hosting companies on the internet. They have been existing for more than 20 years now, and they are among the top 3 web hosting companies recommended by Wordpress. So if you come to DreamHost, come here and click on get started. Okay, so it's going to be bringing you to the plans page, and here we have 3 plans. We have the shared plan, we have the DreamPress plan, and we have the VPS plan, and you can see the cost of getting each plan. For this shared plan, you can get it for $2.95 per month. For the DreamPress, you get it for $16.95 per month, and for the VPS plan, you can get it for $13.75 per month. So there is no much difference here really. It just depends on your budget. So for this shared plan, we have one website. You can create one website with this plan, and you have a free domain name included, just like I promised. You have unlimited traffic, you have WordPress installer, you have free automated WordPress migrations, WP website builder, AI business advisor. We have fast SSD storage, guys, which makes your website very, very fast because this is using SSD. Then we also have free SSL certificates to make your website secured, and you can add a professional business mail for as low as $1.67 per month if you are using the shared plan. So this is the shared starter plan, and I personally don't advise you use the shared starter plan. Okay, so please guys, don't use this shared starter plan. Rather, I want you to come, click on this caret. If you're operating on a budget and you don't have, maybe you're just operating on a budget, come here and choose the shared unlimited. So I'll click on shared unlimited. Instead of the shared starter, I'll choose shared unlimited, and you can see the cost is the same. This is still $2.95 per month, just like we had on the shared starter, $2.95 per month. But if I choose the shared unlimited, you see that for this amount you are enjoying 79% discount. If you are going for the yearly plan, you'll be enjoying 79% discount And when you come here, instead of designing only one website, you can design unlimited website, which means you don't need to come here and buy this plan all over again when you want to design another website. Because for the shared starter, you can design only one website, but with the shared unlimited, you can design unlimited website on this plan and save cost. Then you also have free domain name, you have unlimited traffic, everything is the same. And when you come to the professional business mails, you can create unlimited professional business mails with this plan, unlike the shared starter where you have to pay $1.67 per month to create unlimited, to create your professional business mail. So here, when you come and you choose the shared unlimited, you can create professional business mails. You can create unlimited professional business mails on this particular plan. All right, so make sure you come and choose the shared unlimited plan. All right, so in this video we are going with the shared unlimited plan. Now if you have a nice budget, you can go with all these other ones here. We have the DreamPress plan, and this plan is also very good if you have it. Then we have the virtual private servers, you see. So this plan is more expensive, but it's also very good because you have unmetered bandwidth on this plan. You have unlimited websites, you have a lot of nice features here. So it depends on your budget, you can go with any of these plans. But if you're just working on a budget, then come here and choose the shared unlimited plan. And in this video we are going to be using the shared unlimited plan. So when you choose it, scroll down and click on sign up now. So it will bring you to this next page where you need to choose your domain. So you're getting a free domain name here because we choose the shared unlimited plan. So here you can choose a domain later. You can register a new domain right now, or if you have a domain already, you can choose this option. So I want to choose register a new domain, and when I click here, it now brings me to this place. So here I can just write a domain like formoralchemicals.com. So this is a domain name I want to get, and I'll click on search. So you can see, congrats, formoralchemicals.com domain is available. All right, so this is for $0 because they are giving me this domain for free, and so far you can see that my cut is $35.40 because of the plan I choose, $35.40, and this domain name is for free. So I'll click on add for $0. Then it brings me to this page to sign up for the shared hosting to secure the checkout. And here you can see we have two payment methods. You can pay with credit or debit card, or you can pay with PayPal. So it depends on the option you want to use. You can either pay with credit card or debit card, or you can pay with PayPal. So if you're using credit card, you just come here, you put in your card information, put everything here, scroll down, put in your billing information, then you can put in your zip code. Here you can put in the security number, and then you can now add your credit card. If you want to use PayPal, you choose this option and it navigates you to the PayPal website to complete your payment. So it all depends on you. So just go ahead and add your card information, and when you're done, you now come down to this section. All right, and here you need to set up your account. You need to put in a valid email address. You put in your first name, you put in your last name, you put in your phone number here, then you put in the account use, if it's for personal use or for business use. Put in your business name, your VAT, and all this. Just put everything, and then you sign up. Now if you look at the cart, it has added to $38.40 because there is an additional option that is being added to our cart, and this is Dream Shield protection. And with this, you'll be paying for this service for $3 per month. All right, so this will just help to further protect your website, but personally I don't advise you check this If you want to, you can leave it, but I don't normally put it because there are plugins I'm going to be introducing you to that will help to secure your website, so you don't need to spend much here. All right, so I'll just go ahead and uncheck this, and you can see that my cart is now $35.40 instead of $38.40. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. So after filling up all these things here and setting up everything correctly, you can just scroll down here and click on submit order, and your order will be processed. Okay, so here you can see we have this live chat. In case you're doing something here and something goes wrong or you're finding any challenges, you can just come here and contact support, and they will respond to you and assist you. Okay, so for someone like me, I have multiple accounts with DreamHost already. I have an account with them and like different accounts with them, so I'm not going to be submitting this order. I just want to guide you to make sure that you do everything correctly and you register and everything is processed correctly. Okay, so once you're done and you click on submit order, it takes you to a new page where you'll be asked to set up your account password. All right, so you just go ahead and put a strong password there, and then you will receive an email with your hosting credentials like the name servers. You get a mail to verify your account and also other details. All right, so that's what's going to happen, and once everything is successful, you can now go back and log in to your account. Okay, so for me, I have an account already, so what I'll do, I'll just come here, I'll click on DreamHost to go back, and then I click on login. And when I click on login, you can see it just pops up my details, and I'll just click on sign in. And then I have been successfully signed into my DreamHost account. All right, so this is me in my DreamHost account. So you're going to get here after successfully signing up on DreamHost. And once you get to your DreamHost dashboard, the next thing would be to install WordPress on our domain. Okay, we need to install WordPress on our domain. So for me, I've created a subdomain to use for this video. So to do that, to install WordPress on your domain, just come here and click on WordPress, and then click on install WordPress. So it will bring you to this place, and you can see my domain is here. You can say this is my domain. You also see your domain here. Then click on install WordPress, and it will bring you here to select a site purpose for a guided WordPress install. So if your business is a local business, you can choose this. If it's a portfolio website, if it's a blog, if it's an e-commerce website, or any other website, you can choose here. But because I said I'm teaching you how to create this website from scratch, I'll just choose none, so that I will show you how to do everything completely from scratch. So I'll just click here and choose none, and when I choose none, I will scroll up to the top. Then I will now click on this place, recommended plugins, and then you can see DreamHost is recommending this WP Super Cache plugin for me, which helps improve my website speed and performance. But I don't want to use any recommended plugins because I want to show you everything completely from scratch. So I'll just come here and deselect this. So I've deselected it, and then I'll just come here and click on install. So you can see the WordPress installation is in progress. This is 1%, this is 2% now. So WordPress is currently being installed on this domain. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to pause this video, and once installation is complete, we will now continue with the tutorial. So I'll see you guys soon. Alright guys, so WordPress has been successfully installed on this domain. You can see WordPress has been successfully installed. So now we can proceed to log into our WordPress dashboard. And to do that, we can automatically log in to WordPress from our DreamHost dashboard. Okay, so I'll just come here. You can see this WordPress logo here. Just click on admin login. Click on this WordPress, and it will log you in as the administrator. Now later in the video, I'll be showing you how you can log into WordPress without necessarily going to your DreamHost dashboard. But for now, you can see I have been logged into my WordPress dashboard successfully. All right. So this is how you install WordPress and log into your WordPress dashboard. So now I've been logged into WordPress, and if you can look here, you can see there are so many prompts showing here. So what I normally do is that I always try to sanitize my WordPress dashboard after a fresh WordPress installation. And how I do that, I'll just come here to screen options and I'll uncheck all this. So I'll just uncheck everything here, and then you can see that my WordPress dashboard has been sanitized. Okay, so that's the next thing to do after installing WordPress. Now the next thing now would be to install the themes and plugins we are going to be using in this video. So for the themes and plugins, just come to appearance and come to themes. Now a theme is basically the structure of your website. All right, so that's the main structure of your website. That's the structure your website is going to assume. So there are different themes in WordPress, so you just need to choose any theme of your choice. So I came to appearance and I click on themes, and you can see it brings me here. And now we have the 2024 theme, we have the 2023 theme, and we have the 2022 theme. We have these three themes here, and the active one here, this is the active one, the 2024 theme. And let's just preview this website to see how our website looks with the 2024 theme. So I'll just carry my mouse here. You can see I'll just right click and choose open link in new tab. I want to preview my website in another tab. So I'll come here and you can see how my website looks. This is the default 2024 theme that comes with my website. So maybe if you are watching this video in future, it may be 2025 theme. The interface may change, but for now this is the default 2024 theme. So you can see how it looks. So if I come back to our WordPress dashboard, you can see we have 2023 and we have 2022. But in this video, I want us to install a new theme. So just come here and click on add new theme, and it brings you to the theme repository. So you can see we have a lot of themes here. We have Hello Elementor, we have Astra theme, which is a very great theme. We have the Cadence. I love Cadence too, very good. We have the Neve, we have Bloxy. Bloxy is also a great theme, but my favorite theme here is Ocean WP. I love using this theme because it has a lot of amazing features for free. All right, so in this video we are going to be making use of the Ocean WP theme. So I'll just come here and click on install. When the installation is complete, I'll click on activate, and this theme has been installed and activated successfully. Now after installing this theme, the next thing would be to install the plugins. All right, now after installing the Ocean WP theme, you can see here we have install and activate Ocean Extra. So this is a plugin developed by the Ocean WP theme that just gives extra functionality to your website. So you can either click here to install this plugin from here, or just go to the plugin section and install it manually. So I'll just come here and click on plugins. When I click on plugins, I'll scroll down and you can see by default we have two plugins here. Because we installed WordPress, this plugin just came automatically. I want to get rid of these plugins. So I'll come here, click here to select all the plugins, come to bulk actions and choose delete, and then I'll click on apply. So there's a prompt telling me, are you sure you want to delete the selected plugins? I say yes, okay, and then these plugins have been deleted. Then after deleting this plugin, I will now scroll up and click on add new plugin to install all the plugins I'll be needing for this website. All right, so it now brings me here, and here I need to install the plugins I need. So I need this classic editor plugin to be able to write the blog. Okay, I need a classic editor, so I'll just click on install, to install the classic editor for my blog. So after installing the classic editor, I also need to install the Ocean Extra, this particular plugin. So I'll just come here and search for Ocean. In fact, let me just search for Ocean WP. I'll just search for Ocean WP so that I can see the plugins I want. So we have Ocean Extra here. So I'll click on install to install Ocean Extra. Then we have Ocean Social Sharing. This just helps you to share your post very easily across different platforms. Okay, so I'll just click on install to install this Ocean Social Sharing. Then we have Ocean Product Sharing. We don't need this. So I think these are the major plugins we need for the Ocean WP. So I just come here, I delete this, and I search for another plugin for I'll search for Elementor. All right, so this is like the most important plugin. I just search for Elementor, which is a page builder. All right, so I search for Elementor, and you can see here we have Elementor website builder. You can see it has over 10 million active installations. It was last updated 2 weeks ago and is compatible with our version of WordPress. So just go ahead and install the Elementor page builder. We are going to be using Elementor to design our website. Okay, Elementor has been installed. Then scroll down and look for Happy Addons. Elementor has add-ons, so scroll down and look for Happy Addons. So just scroll down, you can see we have Happy Addons here, and this is not going to install yet. You can see this button is fainted. It's not active because we need to install and activate Elementor first before coming to install this, because this plugin depends on Elementor. So right here we have only installed Elementor, we have not activated it. So it's until we activate Elementor before we can come and install and activate the Happy Addons. So that is it. Then we also need to install a plugin for our blog. So I'll just come and write the post grid. So I now search the post grid, and you can see here we have the post grid by Radius Themes. It has over 90,000 active installations. It was last updated 4 days ago. So I'll just click here to install this. And what this plugin does is that it helps us to integrate the blog section on our website, the post grid. Then after that, we now need to install the forms plugin, the plugin to help us create our forms. So I'll just type form here. And once I type form, you can see different forms here. We have Forminator, Contact Form 7. Any of them can work, but we are going to be using the contact form by WP Forms. Okay, and this has over 6 million active installations, and it looks great. You can see reviews, over 13,000 positive reviews. So I'll just click on install now, and then this plugin has been installed. Now we've installed all the plugins we want apart from the Happy Addons. Now to activate all these plugins at once, come back here and click on plugins, and then I'll just scroll down, click here to select all the plugins you have installed. Come to this place, click on bulk actions and choose activate, because we want to activate all our plugins. Then click on apply, and now you can see these plugins have been installed. And the post grid plugin just brings me to this prompt to come and complete some things on the post grid plugins, but this is not necessary, so just ignore this. Come back to plugins, and then you can see that all these plugins have been installed successfully. So I will now come and add the other plugin, the Happy Addon. So click on add new plugin. I'll just come here, and to make things very easy, I'll just search for Elementor, because it's an add-on for Elementor. And once Elementor opens up, I'll just scroll down, and then you can now see we have Happy Addons here. So you can see. So I'll just click on install now. and then I click on activate. So now this plugin is going to work because Elementor has been installed and activated. And when I do that, you can see where it brings me. All right, so it tells me welcome to Happy Addons. Just ignore everything here. I'll just click on next. You can see all these things here. You can activate some of these widgets. I can just click on next, 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 and then I'll deselect this. I'll click on done. So it's like a wizard. Just click on next, next, everything works cool. So this plugin has also been installed successfully. So on our website, basically we have installed and activated all the plugins we need on this website. All right, so that is basically it. Then one more plugin, guys. Let me show you one more plugin I forgot to show you. Let me just come to the plugin section. We need to install the classic widget. So I click on add new plugin, and then when I come here, you can see we have the classic editor and we have the classic widget. So just click here and install it. And this plugin, you can use it to organize, to create your footer or sidebar. So the sidebar for your blog, you can use the classic widget to create that. So I've installed everything and everything is working fine. All right, so after doing this thing, after successfully installing the plugins and the themes, let's just take a look at our website once more. So this is the website we are designing. You can see it. This is the website we are designing. So let's now come back to our dashboard and create the page. So let's create the page. You can see here we have the home page, we have the about us, we have blog, we have all these pages, and everything appearing on this website now is on the home page. So before we start designing this website, we need to make sure that the home page is active. So let's come here and create the home page. So I'll come back to the dashboard, and to create a page on your website, you can see we have this pages option here. So click on pages, and then right now we have two pages, which is the sample page and the privacy policy. So I need to get rid of all these pages. So I'll just select everything here, come to bulk actions and choose move to trash, and then I can apply it. So these pages have been deleted. Then I'll come here and click on add new page. Then when it brings me here, I can now come here and I'll add the title of the page. So this page is the home page. So this is the home. This is the home page. And after choosing the home page, I'll scroll down here, and then you can see the Ocean WP settings. So I'll come here and under content layout, I'll say I want this to be full width. For the padding, I want to disable the padding. Then I'll come to header. I want to disable the top bar because we don't have a top bar on this website. Then I'll come to the title, and I want to disable the page title as well. All right, so this is the only settings I want to do here. So what I did here, I came to main, then I came to header, then I came to title. So these are the areas I made changes. And once I'm done making these changes and writing the title of my website, then I need to come here and click on publish. So you can see I have created the home page now. So we are going to be creating these other pages later. These other pages like about us, who we are, team, blog, services, contact us. For now, we want to design this first part of the website, so we just need to create the home page. So I'll come back to my dashboard. After publishing this page, the next thing would be to make some settings on our website. All right, so we need to make some basic WordPress settings. So now if I come to this website and I preview this website, let's just preview our website. I right click here and I open this website in another tab. You can see how our website looks. This website is showing us the blog page instead of the home page. Remember, we've created a home page. but this website is showing us hello world. It's showing us the content on the post page instead of the content on the home page. So we need to fix this. All right, we need to fix this. And how do we fix this? If I come here back to the dashboard and I click on post, just to show you, you can see we have hello world here, and this is what the website is showing here. So we need to fix this. So I'll come back to the dashboard, scroll down and click on settings. And when you click on settings, I want you to come to reading. And in reading, you can see we have your home page displays your latest post. I don't want our home page to display the latest post because this is not a blog. I want it to display a static page. So I'll choose this a static page, and for the home page, I'll choose home. All right. Then I'll scroll down and click on save changes. So that's the first thing we are going to change. Now the second thing, if I click on general, you can see the title of our website, just another WordPress website. But if I come here to this our website and I carry my mouse here, you can see we have Femoral Chemicals Limited, best chemical production company. So that is our website title, Femoral Chemicals Limited, best chemical production company. So we need to come here and change this. Instead of just another WordPress website, you can write something like Femoral Chemicals Limited. Then for the tagline, best chemical production company, best chemical production company. So you can see this is what we have here. Then you can scroll down and click on save changes. So this is how you make that change. Then when you're done with making this change, I want you to come to the permalinks. So click on permalinks here, and when it brings you to the permalinks, you can see the permalink structure of your website is set to day and name, and this is not good practice. This is not too good. So I want you to come here and change this to post name. All right, just change this to post name, and then scroll down and click on save changes. Now subsequently in the video tutorial, I'm going to be explaining why we came here and made this change, but for now just come here, whatever your permalink structure was set to, make sure you come and change it and set it to post name. All right, and once you're done, scroll down and click on save changes. So rest everything is fine. We now need to start creating our website to look like this, because we have made all the basic settings for our website. All right, so once this is done, just come and click on pages, and when you click on pages, you can see we have the home page. Click on edit, and once it brings you here, now click on edit with Elementor to start building and designing our website. So I'll just click on edit with Elementor. All right guys, so right now we are logged into our Elementor workspace. You can see it here, and to start designing our website, we need to make use of the elements. So this left panel here is the element panel. You can see different elements here: the heading, the image, the video, button, and so on. All right, so the first thing I want you to do here, I want you to go to page settings at the top. Just click on page settings, scroll down, and you can see page layout. Click on page layout and choose Elementor full width, so that everything just fits in perfectly the way we want. So the workspace has been adjusted to Elementor full width. I'll just come here and I'll publish it. All right, so that's the first thing I want you to do. Now I have recorded a complete video on how to create a website already on my channel, and the only thing that was missing in that tutorial was this Elementor Flexbox container. This feature was not active, and this feature is very, very important, because with the Elementor Flexbox container, it gives you more design options and flexibility. So I'm going to be showing you how to make a website using the Flexbox container. And also in that video, this top bar was not active, it was missing too, but now we have the top bar active. all right, which just kind of changes the structure of the Elementor workspace. So I'm going to be showing you how to design this whole website. Also, I want to mention that I'll be dropping all the resources to this tutorial in the video description. So if you want to have access to the images, the files, the videos, everything I used in this video, I'll just compress all the resources and drop a link in the video description so you can have access to it. All right, so let's start designing this website. Now the first thing is to design this hero section. You can see this hero section with a call to action. So we need to create this hero section. So we are going to start by, we'll click on this plus, I'll click on Flexbox, and I'll choose one column row. All right, I'll choose one column. I'll choose one column with the direction facing down, and then I need to add the background image, which is the picture of this woman here. So I'll come and click on this element plus. I'll click on plus at the top. I'll click on this place, this 6 dots here. I'll click here to select this container. This is a container, and I want to add the background image. I'll come to style. I'll click on background type. See this brush here, and I'll click on choose image. Then I'll come to select files, and you can see all the images I used in this video. I'm going to be dropping the link in the video description. So here I want to choose the picture of this woman standing. So the picture will just load up to my media library, and once the picture loads up, I'll click on select, and you can see this picture is now showing here. Now I also need to add the height, because right now the container is too small. To add the height, I need to come back to my Elementor. I'll come to layout, and you can see minimum height. By default it's in pixels, which is fine, but I want to change it to VH. All right, I want to change it to VH, and I would increase it to somewhere around, let's say 85. Let's make it somewhere around 85. This is quite fair. Now we also need to change the position of this picture and also the display size, because right now the picture looks too big. So to do that, I'll come to style, and when I come to style, let me just close this. I'll check for display size. I'll use cover. All right, I'll use cover. So you can see the picture is now displaying here properly. Then when the picture displays, I would also like to make the position to be top center, just to see how it looks. Okay, everything is looking okay. And if you look here, this picture is dim. There is an overlay color on the picture. This picture is looking very bright, while this one has an overlay that makes this white text to show. So we want to add that overlay on that picture, and I'm going to do that by coming to background overlay. I click here on background overlay. I'll choose the background type, and I'll choose color. So I want to choose black. So I'll choose this to be black. You can see the hexadecimal value #0000000. So this is black, and I think this is okay. If by any way the opacity is not okay for you, you can just come here and increase or reduce the opacity for this picture, but I think this is okay. All right, so we've been able to add the background. Now if you come here, you can see when I scroll, this background is fixed. The background is fixed, so we want our background to be fixed as well. So I'll come back to Elementor, and I will go to background, and here I'll choose background attachment to be fixed. So once I make the background attachment to be fixed, you can see that this is now fixed right here. After adding the background image, we now need to add the text here, the heading, the paragraph, and the button. So to add the heading, I'll just click on plus. I'll click on plus here. I'll scroll down, and I will drag the heading into the workspace. So you can see add your heading text here. I'll come here and I'll copy this whole text. I'll copy it, come here, and I will paste it. All right, and after pasting it, I need to come to style. We need to make the color to be white and increase the font size as well. So for the color, I'll make it to be white, and I'll come to typography, and I will change the typography. I'll change the font family from Roboto to poppins. I just make it to be poppins, and for the size I want it to be 50 pixels, and for the weight I want it to be 700. So you can see this looks big and bold. So I've gotten the first heading, I've gotten this. The next thing is to get this paragraph. To add the paragraph, I'll click on add element, the plus here. I'll scroll down and I'll look for text editor. I'll drag it and drop it in the container, and you can see the content that comes here. So I'll come here and I will copy this much, just copy the paragraph. And when I come here, I won't paste it here directly. I'll come to the text and I will paste the paragraph. All right, I'll just paste it here and then come back to visual. So it's not displaying. I think the network is slow. You can see it's now displaying here, which we utilize a discipline investment approach to create value. You can see it's displaying here. Now I'll come to style and I'll change the color to white. All right, I change this color to white. And for the typography, I'll click on typography and I'll change the font family to poppins. So I'll make this poppins and I'll make this to be 16 pixels. All right, I make it to be 16 pixels and I'll make the weight to be 500. So this is how it's going to be looking now. If you see here, this we want to apply a break after this risk and hyphen. We want to break this text to come to the next line. So here, to do that, I'll click here and come to content to access my paragraph. Then I'll click on text. You can see. Then I'll now come after the risk. You can see this hyphen here. After this risk, we have this hyphen. I'll just open an angled bracket, put BR, and I will close it. So that's a line break element, which makes the other text to go down to the next line. So I've added a line break here, and this has gone to the next line, and it looks great. And the last thing we want to add is this button. All right, we want to add this button, and to add this button, I need to come to Elementor. I'll click on plus to add the element, and I'll drag the button and drop it here. And once I drop this button here, the first thing is to change the text inside the button. Here we have get started. You can see I'll just copy this text, I'll bring it here, and I will paste it here. So I have get started here. Then we need to change the background color of this text and also add this effect. So I'll come here to Elementor, I'll click on style. For this color, I'll click on the color green. So I'm going to come here and use this color picker on my laptop. This is the ColorZilla extension, the ColorZilla add-on. You can just get that on Google. Just go to Google, just come here, click on, go to Google search and look for color picker or ColorZilla. All right, so I'll just come here and look for ColorZilla. You can see ColorZilla. It depends on your browser. I'm using Chrome, so I'll just click on ColorZilla and you can see Chrome Web Store. See it here? I just click on it, and when I do, it brings me here to where I can add to Chrome. I've already added mine to Chrome. That's why you don't see this option here. But if you are doing it for the first time, you would see an option to add ColorZilla to Chrome, and you can add it from there. Now, what ColorZilla does is that it helps you to pick colors. All right, it helps you to pick colors from different objects or on different websites. So I've added this ColorZilla on my browser. So I'll just close this. Once I come here and I want to get this color, I'll click on ColorZilla and I'll just bring my mouse and click here. You can see this color has been copied. The color has been copied. I'll now come to Elementor and I will highlight this place and I'll just paste that color I copied, and you can see that it's displaying here. Now if you look at this website, this red color, this is the primary color on this website. So I need to save this color for future use, so I don't always have to go to ColorZilla and keep picking the color when I want to use it. I just need to save that color for future use. In that case, I'll come to my Elementor. After adding the code for this color, just come here and click on plus to create a global color. I'll click on plus and I will name this color my main color 1 or main color 1 is the primary color. So I'll just create it. So this color has been saved. When next I want to use this color, I don't need to go and pick it anymore. I'll just I'll just add it from this option here. Okay, so after adding the color, the next thing is to customize the button. You can see there is a decent amount of space inside this button here. So I need to I'll scroll down and you will see padding. I'll just delink this, and then I will give it some custom padding. So I'll say padding top should be 20, padding right should be 40, padding bottom should be 20, and padding left should be 40. So this is how I will get this button after adding my default padding, just to create space within the container of the button. Okay, so I've added this space, and we need to add this hover effect. You can see when I hover my mouse, the background changes to white and the text changes to red, and you can see this animation, the way it just grows. So I need to add this effect. So I'll come here and you can see hover. We have this option to hover. I click on hover, and for the text color, I want to change it to red. So I'll just click on this globe because I've saved this color already. I'll click on the globe icon and you can see my main color 1. So I just select this, and for the color, I can just come here and make it to be white. All right, so I just make this color to be pure white. So if I carry my mouse, you can see that it's now changing. The mouse is now changing. The button is now changing. When I hover on it, the background color changes. Then I need to add the animation that makes it to grow. You can see this beautiful animation on it. So I'll just come here and I'll come to hover animation. I'll click here and I'll choose grow. So when I carry my mouse here now, you can see that we have this effect and it just works and looks very beautiful. So everything is working properly now. The next thing would be to align the content in this container to be in the center. All right, we need to align it to be in the center, and to do that, I'll come back to Elementor and I'll select the container. I'll select this whole container in Elementor, and I will come to the layout. I'll come to the layout and I just need to choose this option, center. You can see justify content to be in the center. And if I try to preview this, let's try to come here and click on this little arrow here to display it. You can see that this looks great. All right, this looks great. And if I carry my mouse here, you can see that everything is working very fine. Okay, so we've been able to get this section. Everything is working fine and everything looks great here. So we've been able to get this first section, and after doing everything, make sure you come and you publish your work just in case something goes wrong. All right, so we've been able to achieve this section. The next thing we are going to do is to design this about section. All right, so we now need to design this about section. So to create this next section, I will come here and I'll click on plus. I'll choose the Flexbox and I will choose the column with the arrow facing down. I just choose this one. Now you can see, now we need to create a heading, 2 times global chemical company winners. So I'll come here, I'll click on plus and I will scroll to the heading. I'll just drag it and I will drop it here. So to add the text, I'll just come back and I will copy this, copy it, come to my Elementor and I will paste it here. All right, so we have this here. Then I come to style and I change the color to black. For the typography, I'll change it to Times New Roman. Times, I'll just search Times New Roman. I'll choose it, and for the size, I'll make it to be 20 pixels. 20 pixels, and for the weight, I'll leave it at 600. So this is cool. I'll leave it at 600. And the next thing would be to get this section about Femoral Chemical Company. We need to get this section, so I'll just come here and copy this. I'll copy this, come to my Elementor, click on plus, and I'll look for the heading. Look at the heading here. I'll just drag it and drop the heading under this first heading. And now I need to change this to, I need to replace this about Femoral Chemical Company. I'll come to the style and I need to change this color to red. You can see it here, we have the red color. Now remember we saved this color earlier. So I'll come back to my Elementor and I'll click on this globe to access any color I have saved. I don't need to come here. I'll just click on the globe and I'll choose my main color one. I'll come to typography. I'll change the font family to Poppins. Poppins is like our primary font. I'll choose Poppins. And for the font size, I'll make it to be 30 pixels. So I'll just put 30 pixels there. And for the font weight, I make it to be 700. So this is what we have here. So you can see. So I've added this here. Now quickly, we need to add space at the top. You can see there is no space here, and we need to add a decent amount of space at the top and also at the bottom. So let's quickly do that. I'll click here and I'll come to this place. I'll click here to select this entire container. Then I'll come to advanced and I will delink the padding. I'll delink the padding. So I'll say padding top should be 100 pixels and padding bottom should be 100 pixels as well. So this is also 100 pixels, top and bottom. And I want to align all the content to be in the middle. You can see the content is aligned in the middle. So I'll just come to Elementor and I'll come to layout and I'll just choose center. Sorry, I'll choose align items center. This is what I'm going to be choosing. Not this one, this one. I'll just align items to be in the center. And if I preview this, you can see this is what we have so far. Now you can see there is no much line height, this gap here between this first heading and the second heading. We don't have much space here, but here we have a lot of space. So to close the space, I'll just click on the second heading and I'll come to advanced. I'll delink the margin and I will just give it a negative margin to push it up. Let's say minus 11. I think minus 11 looks great. So this is how we get that first part. Now to get this to get the video and the text by the right, we need to add another container and change the direction, because for this first container here we made the direction to face down. This first container, the direction is facing down, which means if we add another element, the element would also go down. But right here we want to add the elements to be side by side. So we need to add a container and set the direction to go to the other side. So I'll come to Elementor and I will click on plus. So I'll look for container. You can see the layout. We have this container. I will drag it and I will drop the container under this heading. And you can see the container is here. And now I need to come to the direction and choose the direction to be right. So you can see the direction is facing right. The direction faces right. And I now need to add two more containers inside this. See, we have these two columns here. We have this and this. So I need to create a container to accommodate each column. So to do that, I'll come here and I'll click on plus and I'll drag this container. You can see we have a container here. I'll just drag the container here. I'll drop the container and then I will duplicate it because we need to. So I'll right click and I duplicate. And you can see we now have two containers side by side because the direction of the main container is facing right, and we now have the two containers side by side. All right. So after getting this, the next thing would be to add a video. So to add this video, I'll come to my Elementor. I'll click on the plus. I'll search for video element. You can see the video here. I just drag it and drop it here. And after dropping this video, I need to go and copy the video link. I'll right click here and I'll copy the video URL, or you can go to YouTube and copy any video URL of your choice. I'll come back to Elementor and I will just paste this video URL here, and this video is going to pop up here. Then I also need to add this paragraph. You can see. So I'll just come here and I'll copy this content. I'll come to Elementor, click on plus, and I'll just look for text editor. I will drag it and I will drop it here, and I'll change the default text. Just come here and paste that text I copied. You can see I paste the text here, and after pasting it, I come to style, change this color to black. Then I come to typography. I'll make this to be Poppins. I'll make the typography to be Poppins, and I need the size to be 15 pixels, and I need the weight to be 500. So if I preview this, you can see how this is looking. I have the video here and I have the paragraph text here, and the next thing would be to add the button. So since I have a button here at the top already, I'll just copy that button and just paste it here to save time. So I'll come back to my Elementor. I'll come to this button. I'll right click. Sorry, I need to minimize this first. So I'll come here, I'll right click and I'll copy this button. Then I'll right click here and I'll paste. And you can see we now have a button here, and the button looks great. Everything is working fine. So if I just come here and hide this panel to preview this, you can see this looks great. Everything here is looking fine. And just to set things right, I'll come to this container. I want to align all this content to be in the center. So I'll come to this container, the parent container for these two, and I'll come to layout, and I just need to align this to be in the center. All right, just to get everything right and set everything right, I'll just align this to be in the center. And when I come and I preview this thing, you can see how it looks. This section looks great and it looks beautiful. All right, and once I've done I've added this content, I'll just come here and click on publish to save my work, to publish it. All right, so that is it for that section, guys. The next section here is to add this specialty chemicals section down here. And to do that, I'll come back to my Elementor. I'll scroll down, I'll click on the plus to add a new Flexbox container. I'll click on Flexbox and I'll choose the column that has a down arrow, the direction. So after choosing this, I need to add this right up here. I'll just come here and copy this first heading, copy it, click on plus, scroll down and drag this heading here. You can see the content in the heading. I'll just come and change it from here, specialty chemicals. I'll come to style, change this to black because we have black here, and the font family is Times New Roman. So I'll come to typography and I will make this to be Times New Roman. You can see Times New Roman here, and for the font size I'll choose 35 pixels. All right, so I'll choose 35 pixels, and 600 font weight is okay for me, so I'll leave it like this. Then I need to add the second heading, which is operative divisions. I'll come here and copy this, come back to Elementor, click on plus, scroll down to the heading, and I'll drag this heading and drop it here. And once I drop it here, I'll come here and I will paste this operative divisions. Then I'll come to style. For the text color, I'll click on this globe and choose main color 1 because we saved our primary color already. I'll come to the typography. I'll change the Roboto to Poppins, and for the font weight, I'll just make it to be 700. I'll make it to be 700, and for the font size, I want it to be somewhere around 40 pixels. Let's see. All right, so I'll choose 40 pixels. And if I just preview this, you can see how it's looking. Let's look at the main site. You can see how this looks, and you can see how this one looks. Now, the space between this first heading and the second heading is not much. We just have a small space here. While here, we have a very big space here. So we need to close up this space. And to do that, I'll click here, click on this second heading, come to advanced, delink the margin, and I'll give it a negative margin so I can just take it to the top. So somewhere around 13 is fine. Yes, I think 13 looks great for me. So I'll just leave it at -13 for the margin top. All right. And after adding that, I'll come here. The next thing is to add this paragraph. So I'll just copy this paragraph, copy it, come here, click on plus to add element, scroll down and drag this text editor in, and I'll just come here and paste. You can see I've pasted this paragraph. I'll come to style, change this color here to black, and for the typography I'll make it poppins. For the font size I'll make it 15, and for the font weight I'll make it 500. So this is how I want it. So let me just preview this so you can see how it's looking. Everything is looking beautiful and neat. Okay, now the next thing would be to add this section. You can see this section here. We need to add this section, the image, the heading, and this one. All right, so to add this section, I'll just come to my Elementor, and I need to add a container because we want to change the direction of this content. When we chose this container, this content was down. We chose the down arrow in that container, the direction, so everything was going down from this first heading to this one to the paragraph. But now we need to change the direction to face right. All right, so we are changing the direction from vertical to horizontal, so we need to add a container and change the direction. And to do that, I'll come back to my Elementor, I'll click on the plus, I'll scroll down, I'll drag the container here, and when I do, I need to change the direction to face right. Okay, so I need to change the direction to face right. Then to add these cards, I need to add 3 more containers. All right, I need to add 3 more containers, and to do that, I'll come here, I'll click on plus, I'll drag this container and drop it here. So this is 1 container. I'll just duplicate to get the remaining 2. So I'll right click here and I will duplicate, and now we have 2. I'll right click and I will still duplicate, and now we have 3 containers inside this container. All right, so this is how we get this section. Now the next thing would be to add this this image and this right up here. So this is a card element. We'll use the card element. So click on plus and come here and search for card, and when you find the card, just drag this card and drop it here. And when you do, it just gives you a template of the contents for this section. All right, so here we need to add the image. We need to add this image. We need to add this image of this woman smiling, and the image of the man holding something, and the image of this man turning this chemical. So let's go and add these 3 images so we can use them for this section. So to do that, I'll come to my Elementor, I'll click on choose image, I'll come to upload files, select files, and I will just choose all these pictures. So see this first picture here, this is the first picture. Let me just add this to be extra large so you can see. I'll select this first picture. I would also select this one, select this one too, and the last one I will select this one. So I have these 3 pictures and I'll just open them in my media library. All right, so the first one is this one. I'll select this and I'll click on select, so it adds up the picture for me. For the badge text, we don't need it, so I'll just come here and delete it. I'll delete this badge text. Then I will scroll down, and for the title and description, I'll click here. For this card title, I need to change it to specialty additives. So I'll come here and I will just paste this in the title. And for the description, I'll come here, I'll copy this much, I'll just copy it, come back here, and I will paste the description here. Then for the button, we don't need a button obviously, so I'll come back here, scroll down to the button, and I'll just get rid of the button text so it disappears. So if I preview this, you can see that we now have this section here. But if you look here, the font here is different from the font we have here. And to fix that, I'll come back to my Elementor, I'll come to style, and when I'm in style, I'll come to the title and description. You can see it here, and for the title, I'll make the color to be black. For the title, I'll make the color to be black, and then I change the typography to be Poppins. So I'll change it from Roboto Slab and put Poppins here. So now we have Poppins. For the font weight, I'll make it 500, and for the font size, I need to make it something around, let me try 18. Let's see how it looks. So here we have it. I think 18 looks great, but we need to add the font weight to somewhere around 600. All right, so we can now make it 18 and make it to be 600. So this looks great. Then if I preview this here, you can see that this looks great, and here also it looks great. All right, so the next thing would just be to duplicate this and add it to this other columns here. So I'll just come here, right click, I'll copy it, come here, I'll paste, come here, I will paste here as well. So after pasting it, I need to come here and change the image. So I'll click here on choose image, I'll choose this one and I'll select, and you can see the image has been changed. And for this, I'll just come here and copy it, click on this one, scroll down and look for the title, change this title, paste it here, and you can see the title is changed to technology and infrastructure. And for the last one, I'll just click here, click on choose image. In my media library, I'll choose this image and I'll select it, and you can see the image is here. Then I will come to this place, I'll copy the title, just copy this title, come back to my Elementor, and I will come to title and description, and then here I will just replace this performance materials. Then I'll come here and publish it. All right, so let's take a look at this. You can see this section, it looks beautiful and everything is here. And when we come to our own, if I preview it, you can see this section looks great here as well, and everything is aligned properly. Okay, so this is how we get this section. Everything is aligned properly and everything looks beautiful. Okay, so this is how we get this section. Now in the next, we'll be trying to see how we can add this analytics section. So to add this section, let's come back to our Elementor dashboard. Okay, so we'll come back here, I'll click on plus, I'll choose Flexbox, but this time I'm going to be choosing the direction facing right. Okay, so I'll choose this direction facing right because I want this content here. You can see this section, I want everything to be arranged in a horizontal way. I don't want it to be vertical. I don't want the content to just be coming down. I want them to face right. You can see the way we have them here. These columns are facing right, the direction is facing right. So to do that, I'll come here and I'll make sure the direction for this container is facing right. And after the direction faces right, I will come to plus and I'll drag another container and drop in here. So now you can see we have the first container. I just need to duplicate it. Now we have two, I will duplicate. We have three containers and I will duplicate, and now we have 4 containers to accommodate the content in each of these columns. All right, so after getting that, I'll come back to my Elementor, and the first thing I want us to give this container a background of red. All right, so to do that, I'll come to Elementor, click here to select the entire container, click on style, click on background type and choose color to be red. We saved this color already, so I'll just click on this place and choose main color 1, and the entire color changes to red. Okay, then when I come back, you can see we have much space here at the top. We have much space here at the top, and to add that space, I'll just come here, make sure you select this entire container, come to advanced, and we need to give it a margin top. So I'll just delink this margin and say margin top should be 100. All right, so let me just give this 100 at the top so we can have a decent amount of space at the top. So margin top, we have 100, and we now need to start adding the content inside each column. So here we have current enrollments to be 900k plus. So to add this, I'll just come here, click on plus, and choose the counter element. Counter, we have counter here. I'll just drag this counter and I will drop it here, and you can see this is counting. We have 100 here. We need to change this to 900 and add a suffix k plus. So I'll come here and I'll change it from 100 to 900, and for the number suffix, I'll add k. I'll just make this small letters k, and I'll add plus. So 900k plus. Then for the title, instead of cool number, we want to change it to current enrollment. So I'll just copy this, come here, scroll down to the title, and I will just paste this here. So we have the current enrollment, and then I come to style. And I want to change the color to white and also customize the fonts and the size. All right, so I come to my Elementor, I click on style, I click on the number, and for the color of the number, I'll make this to be pure white, just so you can see how it looks. I make it to be pure white. I come to typography, I make this to be poppins. And for the size, I'll make it to be 50 pixels. All right, I'll make it to be 50 pixels, and for the weight, I make it to be 700 bold. So I choose 700 to make it bold. Okay, then for the current enrollment, let's see, sometimes the network makes this to disappear. For this current enrollment, I'll come to style, click on the title, and I need to make this color to be white as well. So the color is white. Then for the typography, I need to change it from Roboto Slab to Poppins. So I'll just choose Poppins here. And for the size, I'll make it to be 15 pixels. And for the weight, I just make it to be something decent like 500 pixels. And you can see we now have this section. Now to get the rest sections, we don't need to start all over again. I'll just copy this and paste it in the rest columns. So I'll come here, I'll copy this entire column, just the content inside. I'll paste it here, come here, I'll paste it here, come here, and I will paste it here as well. So here we have 20k plus. So it's just to come, click in this place, come to the content and change it from 900 to 20. See, I just changed this to 20k plus. And for the current enrollment, here we have qualified staff. So I just copy this much, come back here, instead of current enrollment, I'll just paste qualified staff. For the next one, we have 5k plus company activities. So I'll just copy this, come back here, click here, change this to 5k plus, and for down here, I'll just change it to paste this company activities. Then for the last one, we have 150k plus active PT FA members. So I come here, click here, change it from 900 to 150, and I just need to come here and change this. So I just paste this here, and you can see how it looks. So we've been able to get this section. The only issue now is that we need more space inside this container. We need more space at the top and at the bottom. So let's see how we can add that space. I'll come here, click on this particular container, and I'll come to advanced. Now in advanced, I want to give it a padding top and bottom. So I'll delink this padding top, this entire padding section. I'll delink it, and I'll say padding top should be 15. Just come here and write 15 at the top, and the bottom should also be 15, something like this. Just a little padding to make it look nice. And you can see that we've gotten this section. So I'll just come here and I will publish. So let's take a look at what we've done so far. We've been able to create this section. We've created this section as well. We've created this section too, and it looks great. And now we've created this section. So next we have to now create the theme section. Okay, we need to create this theme section, and to create the theme section, I'll just come back to my Elementor. I'll click on the plus and choose Flexbox, and I'll choose the row that has an arrow facing down, because we need to add all this content to come down. See, they are down. So I choose this container and set it to face down. Then I click on plus. Now we have to add this heading. Okay, we need to add this heading, our creative talent. So I'll just copy this heading from here, come back here, click on plus, scroll down and drag this heading in, and I just need to change this heading to our creative talent. Come to style. For the text color, I'll click on this globe and choose our primary color, which is our creative, which is red. You can see it here, we have red. Then let's see how we can increase the size. So come to typography. First of all, choose Poppins, and when you do, set the size to be 40 pixels and set the weight to be 700. So this is what we have, 40 pixels, 700. And for the paragraph, let's come here. I'll just copy this much, just copy this paragraph, come to this place, come to content, click on plus, drag this text editor to be here, and all you need to do is just to replace this content here. So I just paste this and you can see it changes. Then I go to style. I'll make this color to be black. Then I go to typography and I'll make it to be Poppins, and I'll choose 15 pixels and I'll choose 500. So this is what we have. This is what we have here, 15 pixels, 500. So I've gotten this section. The next thing would be to add these other columns here. Now before we do that, let's create space at the top and also space at the bottom, and also change this background color. Okay, so to create space at the top and bottom, I'll select this container, go to advanced, delete the padding, because we use padding for adding space inside the container, while we use margin to add space outside the container. So I'll come to padding, I'll delink it, and I'll say padding top should be 100 pixels for padding top, and padding bottom should be 100 pixels as well. So we have 100 at the top and 100 at the bottom. Now if you see here, this color is somehow gray and different from white. So to get this gray color, I'll just come to Elementor, click on style, come to background type, and we need to give a background color. So I'll click on this color, and to get this gray color, you can come to this website, use your color picker, and just bring it here and click anywhere here, and it will select your color for you. All right, looks like the network is slow. Let's do it all over again. Just click color picker, bring it here, and you can see copy to clipboard. So I've been able to copy this color, and I'll now come back to my Elementor and I will paste this color here. Nope, looks like I copied the wrong one. Let me come back here and click here. See, I've copied the right one now. Come here and I will paste it. So you can see I've gotten the right color now. So I've pasted this. Now the next thing would be to add this section here, the team members. And to add this, we need to change the direction of our container, because this container was facing down, the direction was facing down, but now we need to change the columns to face side by side, to go right. So in that case, we need to come here. I'll click on plus, come to the container, drag it and drop it here. And when I do, I will I'll just drag the container and drop it here, and I'll make sure I change the direction to face right. Okay, the direction is now facing right, so all these columns can face right. Now we need to add 4 more containers to accommodate each column. So to do that, I'll click on plus, scroll down, I'll drag a container and drop it here. And once I get the first container, I'll just duplicate, and duplicate. And now we have 4 columns here. Then we need to start adding these team members. So to do that, I'll click on plus, I'll scroll down and look for image. I'll drag this image and I'll drop it here. And I'll come to choose image. I'll go to upload files, come to select files and select all the images I want. So I need these 4 images. So I'll just come here and click on open to load up these 4 images. All right. So I need these 4 images. So I'll just load them up. And I'll choose this picture and click on select. And it just brings this image in. The next thing would be to add the title and the paragraph here for the row. So I'll just click on plus, scroll down, drag the heading and drop the heading here. Change this heading right up to this one. Just copy this one, come here and paste it. So you can see we have Mitchell Christian. And then I come to the style, give this color to be main color 1, come to typography and I'll make it to be Poppins. Typography should be Poppins. And for the heading, I can make it to be 18 pixels depending on how I want it. 18 pixels. For the weight, 600 is fine, so I just get that. Next thing is the paragraph, and we need to indicate the row. So I'll click on plus, scroll down, look for text editor, and I'll drop it here. Come here and I will paste it. Company director, come to style, come here and I'll make this to be like this. Then for the typography, I just make it to be Poppins. I make it to be Poppins, and I think that's okay. I just make it to be Poppins. Now you can see the space here, the space between this and this is too much. The first heading and the paragraph, the space is too much. Why here we just have a little space, so we need to close up that space. So I'll select this, come to advanced, delink the margin, and I will give it a negative margin of somewhere around 12. Let me preview it and see. 12 is fine. And the next thing would be to add the social icons here. So I'll come back to Elementor, I'll click on plus and I'll search for social. All right, I just search for social and you can see we have social icons. I'll drag the social icons and drop it under this one, and by default it shows me 3 icons, but here we have 4. So I can just come and click on plus and the other icon adds up automatically. If you want to change a particular icon, you can click on it. Here we have WordPress. I can click on this this place. I'll come to icon library and you can change it to Reddit, you can change it to Pinterest, to LinkedIn, to different other social media platforms you want. Instagram, you can just come and select it, but I'll just leave it at WordPress. And then I come to size, and in the size I can just reduce the size to something around 18. Something around 18 is fine, or let's make it 17. I'll just make the size to be 17. Now we need this to be rounded. You can see here this thing is rounded. So I'll just come back to the content and I will choose the shape to be circle. I want the shape to be circle, so I choose it to be circle like this, and I want it to be aligned on the left. So you can see the alignment is left. So this is how we have it. Then I now come back to the style, and for the size I make it somewhere around 15 pixels. Then I need to close up the space. I need to come to advanced, delink the margin, and I'll just come here and make it somewhere around 30. Let's see how 30 pixels looks. 30 looks great. 30 looks great. So we've been able to get this section now. So after getting this section, I just need to just copy this and paste it everywhere here. I just paste this here, and I come here and I change this to the picture of this woman. I think whichever is fine. I just choose this. Come here, I choose this guy here, and then come here, I choose this other lady here. I just select it, and all these pictures now load up. Then I need to come here and copy this one, just paste, 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 and then I need to come here and change the name to something else. So here I can change this name to Kim Phillips. So I believe this is something you can do. I don't want this video to be too long, so I'll just change this name and you change the rest. So I just paste this, and here we have Kim Phillips. All right, we have Kim Phillips, and for this row I can come here as well and copy it, paste, paste, and paste. And for the last one, I can come here and I'll just copy this, come here, paste, come here, paste, and I'll come here and I will paste it. Then I publish it. All right, so I've been able to publish this section, even though it doesn't display here. Sometimes it's network. Once you load your website, you see that everything is going to show up fine on the website. So you just go ahead and change this position. Company director, here we have general accountant, and to change that I just copy this. For example, I click on the company director and I just come here and I change it to general accountant. I can see it's working. Come to this one, change it as well, come to the rest and change them, then you publish. All right, so this is how we get this section. Now the next thing, we need to create our blog. This is the blog section, and we need to create our blog. So we are going to be creating our blog in this next section. So I will click on plus, I'll choose the Flexbox, and I'll choose the row that has this direction facing down. I just choose this, and when I choose this row, I will come back to this site and I will copy the heading. I will just copy this heading, come back to Elementor, click on plus. I will drag the heading and drop it here. I'll come here and I'll replace it with the content I copied. I'll come to style, and for the text color I will use main color 1. Then I come to typography and I choose Poppins for this one, and for the size I'll make it to be let's use 40, and see, for the size I just make it to be 40. all right, so I make the size to be 40, and for the weight I make it to be 700. all right, so I make the weight to be 700. Then the next thing would be to get this paragraph. I'll just come, copy the paragraph, come here, click on plus, and I need to scroll down and look for text editor. I just drag this and drop it here, and for this text editor I just need to replace it. I just paste this here, and you can see we have the paragraph there. I come to style, change the color and make this to be black, and for the typography I make it to be Poppins. For the font family, for the weight I make it to be, for the size I make it 15 pixels, and the weight I make it 500. So now you can see that we've gotten this section. So I just publish it. Now we've gotten this section. So the next thing is to add this blog content on our website. You can see we have 3 blog posts here: introducing the SCI Energy Group, Bina Sharma talks Flu 2 Chem entrepreneurship. Here we have compost chemicals. We have 3 blog posts here. And for us to add this to Elementor, for us to add this on our website, we first of all need to create these 3 blog posts before we can add them in our Elementor, before we can add them on our website. So first we need to go and create our blog post. So I'll come back to this tab and come back to our Elementor dashboard. All right, and in the Elementor dashboard, I'll come to post. You can see we have post here. On top of the media, we have post. I'll click on post, and when I do, you can see we have 1 post here by default, which is hello world. We have 1 post by default. I want to get rid of this, so I'll just click on trash and I'll get rid of that. Then I'll come to add new post, and for the post title, I need to come here. Let me just open this in another tab. Let me open this in another tab. Let's see how it looks. So you can see how this is looking. So for the post title, we need to use this: introducing the SCI Energy Group. I'll just copy this, come here. In fact, let me drag this close here so that I can be doing them, and I'll add the title to be this. So this is the title, and for the content, I will come here and I will just copy this, come back here, and I will paste it. So you can see I just pasted this content here. Now after pasting this, the next thing, we need to add this image. So to add this image, I just click on plus to go to the next line, and when I come to the next line, I need to add the image. So now I just need to click on the image, add media, and I need to choose this picture, and I'll click on insert into post. So you can see the media is here. I can even come here and increase it if I want to, if I want the image to be bigger. And when I do, I come to the next line. So now I need to add more content. So this is a blog I'm adding. You know, if you're creating your blog, you need to use real content and structure everything properly and do everything. So this is the blog. I just added this dummy content on this blog just to show you how it's done, and you can see that my blog has been created. So I've created my blog here. The next thing would be to come to this other side, and I need to come to the categories. You see, we have categories here. So I need to come to these categories and click on add new category. And what's the category here? We have chemical. All right, we have the chemical. This falls under the chemical. So I'll just come here and write chemical. Let me use small letters just to use chemical for this category, and then I click on add new category. So now chemical is selected. And once I add a new category, I also need to add the featured image. Okay, so I need to add a featured image. You can see this is the featured image. This is the featured image. So to add that featured image, I'll just come here and click here, select featured image, and I'll choose this, and then I add the featured image. And once I'm done, I'll click on publish. So my blog has been published, and to view it, you can see the link here, or you can see view post. So I click on view post, and now you can see we have this blog here. You can see we have this blog displaying here, just like we have it here. Don't worry about this sidebar. I'm going to be showing you how to add this sidebar later, but for now, we now have our blog published. And here you can see we don't have a blog title. Why here we have this blog? We have this kind of jumbotron. We have this thing here displaying as a title of our blog, which just occupies space here, and I don't like it. So I want to get rid of it, because of course, if you come to this page, you should know this is a blog. So to get rid of this, I'll just come to edit post, click on edit post. it brings me back to where I was creating my blog, the editor, the classic editor. And then I need to come to the Ocean WP settings, and for the title I just need to disable the title because I don't want the title to be shown, and I'll come here and I'll update it. And once it's updated, I'll click on view post, and now you can see the title has disappeared and this looks great. Okay, so that's how you create a blog. We've created one blog post. To create another one, I can just bring my mouse here and click on post, new, and I'll choose post to add the second blog. So I'll just come here, scroll down, and you can see we have another blog here. So I'll just click on this one, for example, compost chemical, the Vita formula. Let me check the second one here. You can see this one, Binashama Talks Flu Cam. So let's say I want to open this in another tab so we can create it. I'll shift it to the side. Since we are done creating this one, I'll just close it. So this is the one we want to create now. So to create this, I'll just copy this title here, copy the title, come here, and I will just paste the title here. And after pasting it, I need to come to the contents. I'll copy this much from here, come here, I will just paste it. I'll click on add media. Nope, let me come to the next line first. My mouse is blinking here. I come to the next line, I click on add media and add this picture. So I'll just save this image as, I'll bring it here and I will save it here. So I come here, I click on add media, upload files, select files, and I need to look for that picture. See it here. I just click on open and I just insert this picture into the post. See, the picture is looking small. I just make it bigger. All right, I make the picture bigger, and then I come here and copy more content. Just come here, copy, come to the blog. After this picture, press enter to come down. I will just paste this here, go to the next line. I need to add a heading here, so I'll just come here, copy this, come here, and I will just paste it here. You can see, go to the next line, come here, and I'll copy this entire section to this point. Just copy it, come here, and I will just paste it here. And I need to come to the next line, just need to come here, go to the next line, and then I need to copy this heading, bring it here, and I will paste it. I'll go to the next line and I will add this picture. I'm just showing you the steps to create a proper blog. All right, so I'll click on add media and I will choose this picture. Just choose this one, insert it. See, we have a picture. If you want to increase the size, you can come here and increase it. Come at the end of the picture and press enter to go to the next line, and you just need to copy this as well. So I'll just copy this too. I'll come here and I will just paste it, and you can see I have been able to design this blog here. Now come to title. Don't forget and disable the page title so it doesn't show. And at the other side, let's see the category for this blog. We have chemical and lifestyle, so I can just come to this place. For the category, I have chemical already, so I need to add lifestyle, and I now need to add new category of lifestyle. So I'll just choose chemical and lifestyle, and then let's check. No, this is just what we have here. Then I come to this place, I mark two of them. I need to add the featured image. The featured image is this image, this one here. So I need to add it. I'll just come here, click on select featured image, and I'll go to my system directory and I'll choose this blog 1 featured image. I bring it in and I set it as my featured image. And once I'm done setting it, I'll scroll to the top and I'll click on publish. So now you can see if I come to view post, it will display my blog for me. So you can see it here. You can see everything here. Everything looks great here, just the way we have it here. Everything is looking great. All right, so everything looks great here. Now we have one more blog to add. You can see we have this one, but because I don't want this video to be too long, I believe you guys know the drill already. So you can just follow the steps and create this particular blog. So for now, I will just go with these two. I'll just go with these two, and then you can create this one by yourself. All right. So now I've been able to create my blog successfully. I'll just close this tab. I've been able to create the blog successfully. All right. And now I need to now add this blog on my website. This blog I've created, I now need to add the blog on my website. And let me just come to my dashboard. Let me just come to my dashboard and come to post. So I will show you something. You can see we have two blog posts here. So in case I want to edit anyone, I will just carry my mouse and click on edit and change the content or just tweak things. So this is where you can edit it. If you want, you can trash it, you can delete it, and then you can do whatever you want from here. So now that we have this blog, let's see how we can add them on our website to appear on the website. And to do that, first of all, come back to your Elementor, click on plus, and let's look for this. You can see this plugin, the post grid. We have the post grid here. The first one, TPG grid layout. We want to use the grid layout, so I'll just drag this from here and drop it here. And you can see that it just loads up my blog for me automatically. It just loads up this blog for me. Now one is missing because we added just two, but by the time you add one more, it's going to be showing here. All right, so for now I just have these two. Then after getting this, we need to scroll down. Okay, this is the layout we have. This thing is not aligning properly. This picture, the height of this picture is shorter than this one, so we need everything to be aligned properly. So to do that, I'll just choose the layout 2. Layout 2 doesn't look fine too, so I'll go with layout 3. And you can see for the layout 3, everything is aligned properly. So make sure you choose this layout 3. And I'll come to settings and get rid of this title. The section title, I'll just disable that. I'll hide it so it doesn't show. The post title is okay. I want this post title to show. The post thumbnail is this pictures here. I want them to show. The post excerpt, this ones, I want them to show. The metadata, for the metadata, I don't want it. So I'll just come here and I'll hide this entire metadata. All right. So I'll just hide it, and this is how it looks now. So once everything looks fine, I can come to style. If I come to style, I need to look for the excerpt and the content. But first of all, let's look at the post title. I need to change the color. So this post title color, I want it to be black, and I want it to be popping. So I come to typography and I'll change this to poppins. All right, just change this to poppins, and you can see how it looks. If I want, I can increase the font width by coming down here and choosing 600. Yep, 600 is fine. And for the font size, you can make it everything or just leave it. So let me just preview this site and see how it looks. So I think I'm going to leave it like this. I like the font size how it is, so I'll just leave the font size like this, so it shows like this. So guys, you can see how we've created this page, this blog section. Then we need to add space at the top here and also at the bottom. And to add that space, I need to give it a padding of 70/70. So I come back to my Elementor. Make sure you select this container that has this entire blog. Go to advanced and delink the padding. Padding is the space inside the container. So I'll just delink it and give it padding top to be 70 pixels and make the padding bottom to be 70 pixels as well. And you can see we have a decent space at the bottom, and we also have a decent space at the top. So if I hide this, you can see this is how it's going to look. and you can see this is how it's going to look. So now we have this section created. We've created this section, so I'll now come here and I will publish it, so my work is saved, right? So now we've been able to create this blog section and everything is working well. We've been able to create a blog section. The next section is to create this part. All right, we need to create this section of the website, this particular section, and to do that I'll come to my Elementor, I'll click on plus, choose Flexbox, and I'll choose this row with the direction facing down. I'll click on this place to add this background. You can see there is a background here, so I'll come to this place and I'll choose this container, this entire container. This is a container I want to give the background, so I'll choose this container, come to style. For the background type, click this brush and choose image. Come to upload files and let's upload that background image. So look at the picture here, 16, and I'll just upload the picture to my media library. Then I click on select, and now this picture has been imported successfully. Now the next thing is to add the height of this picture. All right, we need to add the height of this picture. And to get the height of this picture, I need to come back to the code. I'll come to the layout and I'll choose the minimum height to be VH, like I always like to use. Then I will increase it from here. I will just increase it to somewhere around 40. I can leave it to be 40, or I can make it 30 just to see how it will look. Okay, I'll leave it at 30, and then I come to the style to make this picture to show properly. You can see how this picture is showing the part of the picture that I want to display. I'll come here and first of all I will make the display size to be cover, and then for the position I can make it to be center. And you can see the position has changed, and now we have it just like we have it here. Then the picture looks too bright. I need to give it an overlay. I need to lay a color on it, so I'll give it a black color overlay. So to do that, scroll down and choose background overlay. The background type, I'll choose this color and I'll make it to be black, and I can increase the opacity by making it to even be darker, or I can just leave the opacity at around 68, which looks great for me. All right, so 68 looks fine. And then the next thing is to add this turning ideas into reality. Let's begin your project journey. So I just copy this, come here, click on plus, scroll down, drag the heading and drop it here. Then I will paste it here. All right, so after this reality, we need to break this text so it comes to the next line. And to do that, I will just come here and write a code. I will open this angled bracket, put BR and close it. So that's the break element for breaking text on a line. All right, so now we have this, and I need to come to style and give this a color of white. I make this color to be white. Then I come to typography, and for the heading I'll make it to be poppins 40 pixels for the font size, and I'll make it 700, or let me make it 800 this time for the font weight. So this is what we have. Then we also need to get this paragraph as well, so I'll just come here, copy the paragraph, click on plus, drag the text editor and drop it under here. Come here and I will just paste this here. Come to the style, make the color to be white, go to typography, change it from Roboto to Poppins, and make this to be 15 pixels and this to be 500, like we always do it. So now we have this section. Now we need to align this section in the middle, and to do that, select this entire container, come to layout. Before we align it to the middle, let's increase the height. So let's make it somewhere around, let's make it 40. And then to align it to the middle, just come here and choose justify content to the center. So you can see, and now I can hide this, and you can see how it looks similar to this one we have here. Okay, so this is how we get that section that we have here. And sorry, I forgot, we have a button here as well. We have a button, and to get this button, I don't need to stress much. I'll just go and copy the button we have already. I think we have a button already. I just copy this button from here. I'll scroll down and I will just paste this button. All right, I paste this button here, and the content in the button is sign in. We have this sign in. Let me just copy this sign in, come here, copy, come here, and I will just paste sign in. And when I paste the sign in, I come to, we need to add this icon. See this arrow? To add that arrow, I'll come to the icon library and I'll search for arrow, and I just scroll down and choose this arrow. You can see it, and I insert it. You can see the arrow is inserted, but it's the position is before the text. I want to make it at the end after the text, so I'll just come to icon position and change it to end, and it just comes here. Now the background of the button by default is white, while the text is black. So to do that, we need to come here, come to style, and change the background to white. Change the background to white and the text to be black. The text to be black, and when someone hovers on it, it now changes to red and the text becomes white. So we need to come here and make this hover to the background color to be our main color 1, and then the text color should be white. All right, so this is what I want to do. Then I think everything is looking great, so I'll just come here and I'll publish. All right, now I have done this, and this is still looking congested because I added the button. And to add more space, I'll select the entire container, I'll add the height. All right, I just increase the height here to somewhere around 55, and let me see how it looks. So I increase the height to 55, and I think it looks great. All right, I think it's looking great and everything looks fine. So this is how we add this section on our website. Okay, this is how we add this section on the website. Now in the next the next thing is to add this form section to create this form. All right, we need to create this form in the next section. All right, so to create the form, we need to go back to our dashboard. So I need to come back and click and go back to our dashboard, and we need to verify if we have the forms plugin installed. And you can see, I can see it already. We have WP Forms installed. If you don't have this plugin installed, go to plugins and add this plugin. Add a new plugin, add the WP Forms, because this is the plugin we'll be using to create our form. All right, so to create the form, I'll just click on WP Forms. Just click on WP Forms, and then it brings you here. So you can see there are some pop-ups here. I'll just close them, and when you come to WP Forms, you can just click on create your form from down here, or you can click on add new form at the top. So I'll just come here and click on create your form. Okay, so I click on let's go. Now you can see that WP Forms is a very great plugin because it has a lot of templates you can use. There are already made templates here. We have newsletter sign up form, we have simple contact form, we have automobile information, and we have the party invitation, New Year party form. Now most of these templates are free, although we have some templates and add-on templates that are that are premium. You need to pay money before you have access, but I can tell you guys that the free ones are very okay to use on any website and also get results. So if I scroll down here, you can see we have lecture notes form, we have grid book form, lead magnet form. There are a lot of forms. There are more than 1,000 forms here. Okay, so we have a lot of forms here. We have wife complaint form, we have husband complaint form as well. We have crazy forms here. We have vehicle accident report form, wedding date application. There are a lot of forms you can come. Football tryout registration form. We have you can just go crazy here and just try to explore these forms and know what works for you. All right, so we have a lot of them. We have job application upload form. We have a lot of them here. Partnership, mortgage, and all these forms. So you guys can just go and check it. Now I'll just go back to the top because I want to just use a simple contact form. So I need to go back to the top and use this first one here. I'll use this simple contact form. I'll click on use template. Before you add a form to your website, you need to first of all create the form before you go to Elementor and add it to your website. So I come to this place and you can see by choosing the simple contact form, it gives me everything I want on the website. Here I have let me just click here. Here I have the name. I'll come back to fields. I have this name here and I have the first and last name, but on the website I have full name. But the default form I imported, this template I'm using, just gives me name and I have first name and last name. So if you want to change it to just a simple name, just come here under general. You can see the format. I'll click here and make this to be simple. So it just gives me room to write my full name here. And I'll come here to the label and change it to full. Just make it to be full name. All right, so I just make this to be full name just like we have it here, and there is a box for it. And one thing I want to do, I want to come to advanced and make the size of this form to be large, so it expands all the way to the entire container. So it just makes the alignment to be beautiful. So I'll just align it. I'll make it to be large form, full width. Then for the email, let's check what we have here. We have this email. We also make the box to expand. So I come to advanced, and for the email I'll just make it to be large as well. I'll make it to be large. And for the content or message, I'll just leave it to be like this. All right, and the rest everything is fine. I will now click on save. So I've been able to create my simple form. Now if you want to add more content on your form, you can click on add field, and you can see here we have single line text, we have paragraph, we have multi-choice. If I drag this multi-choice, for example, and I drop it here, you can see that it will ask me to customize it. I can change this to maybe something like gender, and then I can choose male and female, all those kind of forms where you have to choose male, female, and all that. So you can create it from here, but I'll just delete it here. I don't need it. If you want more fields, come click on add fields. You can add checkbox, so I can drag this and drop it anywhere, and to just display checkbox for me, so I can just write something here and people will be able to select check multiple boxes. All right, but I don't want any of that, so I'll just close this. So I've been able to create my form. Now let's go to the settings. You can see that this button here, we have submit now, but the default one that comes with the form is submit. So I'll just come here and I'll come to the settings and come to general. I'll scroll down and this button is submit now with exclamation mark. Submit now, and I think this is working fine. Now the name of the form, you can change this name to anything you want, but I'll just leave it as simple contact form. This looks okay for me. For the notification, when someone submits the form, sent to email, where would the form be sent to? So by default it will use the administrator email, the email you used on your website as an admin. So you can come here. If you want to use a different email, you can come and change it here. point the email you want this form to go to. For the subject line, you can just come here and put the subject of the form, so you'll be able to identify it when it comes to your mail when they submit it. From name, you can add the name of your website here or anything you want to add, and from email, you can either add your own email or the administrator email will be left here by default. All right, so this is what we have here. And for the confirmation, when someone submits the form, do you want them to get a message, "Thanks for contacting us, we will be in touch with you shortly," on that same page? Or do you want to create a thank you page? You can show a page, you can create a thank you page, and once they submit the form, it redirects them to the thank you page. So it's up to you to customize this and set it how you want, but I want to leave it on this message so that once they submit it, you get a thank you message, and then we follow up from there. All right, so I think this is basically it. This is how you can come and customize all the options on this form. Once everything is fine, I'll come and click on save, and my form has been saved. And if I dismiss this form, you can get the code for your form. You can see the short code. This form has been created successfully, and the short form has been generated in case you want to use it on your website. So guys, now that we've created this form, I'll come back to Elementor. Okay, now when I come back to Elementor, we now need to add this form section. All right, we need to add this form section, and to add this section, I'll come here and click on plus. I'll choose Flexbox, and I'll choose the arrow to face right because I want the columns to be aligned horizontally. So I'll just come here and choose this to face right. Then after facing right, I need to create 2 more containers to accommodate each of these columns. So I'll come here and I will click on plus. I'll scroll down, I'll drag this container and drop it here, and I will duplicate it. All right, so I have duplicated it, and after duplicating it, I now need to add this heading, get in touch. So to save time, I can just come here and copy this news and events. I'll just copy it, bring it here, and I will paste it here, and I just need to change this to get in touch. So I need to come here and change this to get in touch. You can see it here. So after creating that, we now need to add this form to our website. And to add the form, come to your element, click on this plus to add an element, and search for form. Now when you search for form, you see a lot of them. We have contact form 7, we have everything. Just come to this one, come to this WP forms, because this is the plugin we are using, WP forms. If you don't see WP forms here, it means you didn't install the plugin. So go back and install the plugin before you set your forms, create your forms, and come here to Elementor and add it. So I'll just drag this WP forms and drop it under here, and it will just ask me to select the form. For now, I just have the simple contact form, so I'll just go with this simple contact form, and it will pop it up for me. You can see it here. I have this simple contact form loaded in my website for me, and this looks great. So I really love it. And now I need to also add the map. I need to add the map, and to add the map, I'll click on plus to add the map element. I'll search for map, and when it brings the Google map, you can see we have Google Maps. I'll just drag it and drop it in this container, and the map will pop up for me. So my network is not too strong. You see it has popped up, and it's showing me London, London, United Kingdom. Of course, I'm not in the UK, so I need to change it to Mesologic. By writing Mesologic, it just syncs the location of Mesologic. You can see it's in Abuja, so Power Plaza, Nyanya, Abuja. So I need to add the height. I need to add this height to be aligned properly. So I'll just come here and increase the height to somewhere around 500. So if I come here now, you can see how this looks. See, that's how the height looks. So now I've been able to get this section, to get the map here, and to also get the form here. Now we need to add space at the top and also at the bottom. And to add that space, we need to give padding at the top and also give padding at the bottom. All right, or I can just decide to give it a margin top. I can just decide to give margin at the top. So in fact, let's just give margin at the top. So I'll select this entire container. I'll come to advanced, delink this margin, and say margin top should be, let's give it something around 80 pixels and see how it will look. So I think 80 pixels looks great, but let's just make it 100. I just want to have so much space there, so I'll make it 100, and I think the 100 pixels look great. All right, so I can give it at the top and also give it at the bottom as well. So I will say the bottom should also be 100 pixels. Let's see. Okay, so the bottom should be 100 pixels as well. So this is how I'll create this section. Then I'll publish it, and once I'm done publishing, I'll come and preview my site, and this is how my site looks, guys. I believe we are making progress and we are getting everything. So let's go back to the top and see our journey so far. So first we have this section, everything is looking great. Then we come down here, we have this section, everything looks great. We have this section, come down here, you can see it. We have this section as well. We have this blog section too. We have this section, and now we have the form. All right, so the last thing we need to create now is this section here, and this is what we are going to be creating next. So to get this last section, I'll come back to my Elementor. After the forms, I need to click on plus, and you can see here we have these columns aligned side by side. So we need to choose the Flexbox, but choose this arrow that faces to the right. So I'll just choose this one, and then I'll click on plus and drag two containers to accommodate these two contents. So I'll just scroll down here and I'll drag this container, I'll drop it here, and I will then duplicate this container so I can have two columns here, two containers here. Then I need to add this video. I'll just come here, copy video URL, come back to my Elementor workspace, click on plus and drag the video element to this container. Then I need to change the video link, and it just brings this video for me. I need to do same for this one, so I can just copy this video and paste it here, but instead of using this exact link, I'll come here, right click here, copy video URL. I'll come here and I will now replace it with the one I copied. So now you can see we have two videos here, just like we have them here. Then the next thing is to get this title here. I'll copy it, come back to my Elementor, click on plus, look for the heading, drag it and drop it here. I will now come here and I will paste it here, connect with us, come to style, make this color to be black, and go to typography, change, just leave it at Roboto. Let's just add the size, so I can make this size to be 25 pixels and this to be 600. So this looks great for me. Then I can come back here and copy this paragraph, which is stay up to date. Just copy the paragraph, come back here, come to plus, look for text editor, keep it under this, and then replace the text inside. So you can see what we have here. I come to style, I change this color to black, and for the typography I can make it to be Poppins, and change the font weight to 500. All right, so the font weight has been changed to 500, and now you can see that the space between this paragraph and the heading is much. So all I need to do is to come to advanced, and then I will come to advanced and delink this margin. You can see the margin, I have to delink it. If it was linked, you just have to delink the margin, and now increase, give a negative margin. So I need to use a negative margin to move the content up a little. Let's leave it at -13. Let me just preview it and see how it looks. So you can see this looks great. This looks great. It looks great just the way we have it here. So -13 looks great. And then we need to add one more thing, which is the social icons. And to get the social icons, I don't need to stress myself much. I can just come here, copy it from the theme section, just copy from here, scroll down to the bottom, and I'll right click and I just paste it here. And you can see I have pasted this. Now to get the content on the other side, I'll just come here, copy it from here, and I will just paste it. So we have connect with us. I can just come here and copy this, come and paste it, come to this place, copy this. In fact, let me even copy the paragraph from here and paste this paragraph here just to replicate what we have here. This is like a duplicate. It comes with the styles retained. So I'll just come and copy the write-up here, come to this place, and I'll just replace this write-up. And the last thing is this button. We need to add the button, and to do that, I don't need to create a new button. I think I have a button already on the website. I'll come back to Elementor. I will scroll to the top and look for this button. I can just copy this button from here. I will come to the end and I will just paste the button here. And the content in the button, we have subscribe now. So I just need to come here and copy it, come here, click here, and I'll change the content to subscribe now. I'll come to the style, and in the style I need to make it curvy. You can see the edges are curved here. That means I need to add the border radius. So I need to come to style, scroll down, and you will see border radius, and I'll just top it up. I'll just increase it to something around 24, 25 is fine. So I can leave it like that. And then for the size, this size still looks big. This padding, instead of 20, I'll reduce it to 15 at the top, and I will also reduce it to 15 at the bottom. So this is what we have here right now. Now you can see the space between the button and the paragraph is much. We want to get rid of this space. So to do that, come to advanced, make sure the button is selected, come to advanced, delink the margin and give it a negative margin to take it somewhere around 26. All right, and once it's here, let's preview the website and see how it looks. So this is how the website looks. So I think everything is looking great, and with this I think we've been able to successfully complete the creation of this website. Everything is intact. Let's just take a look at the whole website. So let me go to the top and let's start. We have the hero section with the call to action, we have the about us section, we have the specialty chemical section. Everything is looking neat. We have the analytics section, we have the creative talent, which is a theme section, we have the news and events, we have our blog. We just added 2 blogs, so I expect you to add the other one. I don't want the video to be too long. Then when I scroll down, we have this section, turning ideas into reality. We have this section, it's looking great. We have the form and we have the map here. And then now we have the last part for the newsletter subscription and to also connect with us. Okay, so we now have this section and everything is looking great. But I want to point out something. There is something that is missing. If you come back to this website and I scroll to the top and I refresh this website, let this website reload and I'll show you something that is missing on this website. So now this website has been refreshed. If I scroll down, pay attention, you can see the animation. This content comes from the left and this comes from the right. So we have added a soft animation that makes the site to look beautiful. So to add that animation, come back to your Elementor, scroll to the top of the page to this section here. Now we've identified the section we want to add the animation. Click on the container for this particular column, come to advanced, scroll down and choose motion effects, and then choose entrance animation. So I'll come to entrance animation and I'll choose fading left. See, so it fades in from the left, but it's too fast, so make sure you come here and choose slow. Choose this to be slow. If it was fast, make sure you choose it to be slow, so everything just comes in very soft. And after getting this one, we come to the next one here. Click on the container to select that column, that whole section. Come to advanced, scroll down to motion effects and choose it to be fading right. Not here. Come to the entrance animation, use fading right. It's too fast, we'll make it to be slow, so it just fades in very slowly. All right, so this is how we get this section. And then if you come here and scroll down, I think we have animation on another section as well. You see the forms, this one and this one. So we need to scroll down to the form section, and then I select the container for this section. I go to advanced, I click on motion effects and I choose the animation, entrance animation to be fading left, and here I'll make this to be slow. And when I come to this place, entrance animation, click on advanced, motion effects, entrance animation, fading right, and then I will make it to be slow as well. Then I'll come and publish. So I think we've been able to successfully design this complete website in Elementor. All right, and everything is looking fine. So the next step would be to add the navigation menu. So let me show you the navigation menu. This is the navigation menu, and to also add the logo. And then when we are done adding the navigation menu and the logo, we can now come down and also add the footer on our website. All right, so that is what we are going to be doing next. And before we do that, let's preview our website and see. To preview this website we've done, look at this eye icon here. This eye icon here, you just need to click on it and it will load up your website in another tab. So you can see, so this is no longer Elementor. The styles, the animation is working properly, everything is showing very fine. If you come down here, come to the end, we have this animation here and we have this section here. So congrats guys, we've been able to create this whole website in Elementor. Now let's see how we can add the navigation menu. You can see we have these menus here, but on our own we do not have the menu. So this is what we are going to be doing next. So before we start adding the navigation menu, I want you to see this navigation menus, this menu items as pages. So this is the who we are page, this is the team page, this is the blog, this is the services page, and this is the contact us page. So we are going to be creating each of these pages. Now let me just open one of these pages so you see. So I come to the who we are and I click on it, and it opens up and shows me the who we are page. If I decide to come to the team page and I click on team, you can see it shows me the team page. If I click on the blog, if I click on the services, if I click on contact us, these are different pages. That means the first thing we need to do, we need to create all these pages. All right, we need to create all these pages. So to create these pages, let me just close this, or let me leave it. I'll just come to my dashboard, and to create the pages, I'll come to pages and I'll click on all pages to see how many pages I have so far. I have just the home page. To create the other pages, I'll click on add new page. Add new page. I'll just close this. Now the name of this page would be who we are. Now this about us is not a page, it's a dummy link. I just use this about us to let people know that we have sub menus. We have some menus under it. So this is not a page, it's just a dummy link that is trying to indicate that there are some links under it. So we are not going to be creating this one as a page. We'll leave this one and use a link instead, but we'll create the who we are page and we'll create the team page. So to create this, I'll come back here, I'll come and create who we are. And after creating this, I'll just come here and click on update. So this page has been created, and next I'll come to new and I'll choose page, and the next page would be theme. So I'll just come and create the theme page. I'll click on publish, and the next page would be blog services contact us. So I'll come back to this place, new page, I'll choose blog, publish, come to new, choose page, I'll choose services, publish, and then I'll come here and click on page, and the last page is the contact us page. So I'll just come here and write, I'll just come here and write contact us. All right, so I write contact us, and then I click on publish. So I've just created all these pages. I've not really added content inside the pages. I just created them. So I'll come back and click on pages to see how many pages I have, and you can see everything. I have home, I have contact, I have blog, I have services, team, who we are. So all these pages are here. All right, so I've created all these pages. Now to add these pages to our menu, let me just come back to the home page. To add these pages to show on our navigation menu, I need to come here and I'll come to appearance, and then I'll click on menus. So I'll come to appearance and I'll click on menus. Now here I can give a menu name. I can decide to add whatever name I want. So I can use James menu. These are just names you use to remember your menus. All right, so here I can choose main menu. I want to use main menu. I've used it before, that's why it popped up. So I'll just select this menu as the main menu on my website. Then the menu settings, do you want to auto add pages, automatically add new pages, add new top level pages to this menu? Nope, I want to be able to add the pages myself, so don't check this option. Then the display location, I want this to display as the main, and I also want it to display on mobile. This option, I'll choose this too, and then I'll click on create menu, and you can see that my menu has been created. My menu has been created. So this is the main menu, and now I can start adding menu items. All right, so for the pages, I'll click on all pages and I'll select everything here. Just select all the pages and I'll add them to the menu. And you can see that the pages have been added to the menu. Now the next thing is we have home, we need about, but we don't have about us. Remember I told you about us is a link. So to create that, I'll come to custom link, and the link text should be about us. So I will come here and I'll write the link text should be about us. Why the URL should be hash? Because this is a dummy link. I don't want it to take anybody anywhere. My aim of doing this is when you hover on it, should display this. So even if you click on about us, it doesn't show, and you can see here it's showing us hash because this is a dummy link. I don't intend navigating outside of this page. I just want it to show that there's a drop down. So I'll just put the hash here and then write about us and add it to the menu, and you can see now about us has been added to the menu. And now that it has been added, home is here, about us is down. I need to drag this up. Just grab it and drag it and make sure it's at the top. So we have home, we have about, and under about us we have the who we are. So I'll grab this who we are and bring it somewhere here, and grab the theme and bring it somewhere inside, somewhere here. Now seeing this, you know that who we are and theme, they are under about us. And after that, the next thing would be the blog, and after the blog we have services, and then we have contact us, just like we have it here, blog services contact us. So now we have created this blog on our website. So the next thing will just be to come here and save this menu. And once you've saved it, if I come back to this our website now and I refresh it, fingers crossed, you can see we have home, we have about us, we have blog, we have services, and we have contact us. All right, so this is what we now have on our website, and everything is looking great. But you may be wondering, this one looks better because we are using capital letters here, all, and this text is bolder and it has an effect. See, there's a bracket effect. When you hover on anyone, it just opens the bracket for you to know that the styling just looks beautiful. So how do we add this effect and all this? So to do that, you need to, while on your website, you can see this is the home page, everything is displaying here. So while here, you can see here we have customize. We have customize at the top. So just come here and click on customize. So you can either click on customize at the top from here, or come to your dashboard. Under appearance, we have customize. So whichever route you want to use, it's still fine. So the customize section has opened, and first of all, let's change the logo before we style this up. To change the logo, scroll down to header, click on logo, select logo, upload files, select files, and then I choose this logo. Then I open it up. Once it has been launched, I'll click on select, and the logo is too big. It's showing you to crop. Skip cropping. Make sure you click on skip cropping and allow it to appear the way it is on your website. And now you can see the logo is looking too big. So to reduce the width of the logo, I'll just grab here and make the logo a bit smaller. All right, so I make it around 140. I'll make it to be 140 for this, and I'll publish it. And after creating this, I'll come back, and now we need to style this up. The home, all these menu items, we need to style them up. And to do that, I need to come to typography. Look at the typography here. When I click on typography, scroll down until you see main menu. You can see we have main menu here. Click on main menu. For the font family, our primary font here is Poppins, so we are going to be using Poppins. For the font style, let's leave it as default. That's cool. For the text transform, we use uppercase so that it changes everything to capital letter, because that's how we have it here. And then after changing it to capital letter, we now need to come here and make the font. This is the font size 13. This is uppercase. Look at the font weight here. So for the font weight, I'll make it to be 500, or 500 is not enough. I'll make it to be 600. So 600 looks good for me. So here we have 600. All right. So this is what we have. But when I carry my mouse on this about us, you can see that it's still showing us small letter. So we need to add the styles for the sub menu too. So I'll come outside of the main, and I'll look for just after it, we have main menu drop down. So I come here, I make this to be Poppins as well. I change the font style. No, I'll leave it. Text transform should be uppercase, so everything changes to capital letter. And then I just need to make the font weight to be 600. Yes, so that when somebody comes here, the person gets everything. So everything is looking very beautiful now. I can now come here and I can publish. So I've published this, and then I go back. This thing has been published, and after publishing it, I need to add the brackets. You can see all those brackets. I need to add them. So I'll go outside of typography. Look at the brackets I'm talking about. When you carry your mouse, you can see this effect. So I go outside of typography and I'll look for header. I'll come to general, and then let me see, instead of, nope, it's not here, it's not under header. I'll go to menu. Yes, I'll come to menu, and the link effects, I'll make the link effects to be brackets. Once I make it to be brackets, you can see, so this is now working perfectly. This is now working perfectly. Everything is working good. See, left and right padding is 15. I can come here and decrease the padding if I want, or I can increase it if I want, so it's just up to you. I can reduce it to something around 0. I think this 0 doesn't look too good. Let me make it 3. Yes, something like 3, or even 2. Yes, I think 2 looks good for me. And for the link color, the main styling, now the link color, I would make this to be pure black. Make it pure black, so you can see. So this is where you change the color. You can make it red, you can make it orange, green, and whatever color you want. But for me, I think this looks great for me. So I've been able to add this logo here, and I've also been able to customize the menu items on the website. Now the last thing we need to add is this footer. So if I scroll down to the footer, you can see we have copyright 2024 Ocean WP theme by Ocean WP, which is not good. But if I come to the main site, we have copyright 2023 Mesologic Limited, designed by Ubi James. So to do that, I need to come to the customize. I'll click here to go back. I'll go outside of the header, and I will look for footer. Now if you see this space on our website, we have a black space here before the footer, which is the footer widget. Since we are not adding any footer widget, let's get rid of this black space at the top. So click on footer widget and disable it so that it goes away. So it has gone away, and now we need to focus on the footer itself. So for the footer, I'll just come back, click on footer bottom, and when it opens up, make it to be copyright 2020. Let me just get rid of this one, 2024. Then I can put something like designed by, then I now put my name. So you can see I now put my name here, and I now publish it. But if you pay close attention, you can see that this my name here is yellow color, and it's also a link. So to add that link, you need to write some codes. All right, you need to write some codes. So to add that link, I'll come here and I'll open angle bracket, put a here, put href is equals to, put double quotes, and then I can now come inside and write something like my website URL. So https / I'll put james.com. that's the website. I'll come after it, I'll give space, and I'll write style. You can just manually do this thing because this is the coding. Style is equals to, I'll now put the property, which is the color, put colon, and put the value, and then I add semicolon, and I come after this and I just close the brackets here. So this is the opening tag for the anchor element, and now I need to come here and close it /a, and then I close it from here. And now you can see that this is now the link, but the link is showing blue. The link is showing as blue, which I don't want. So I want the link to show as yellow. So I need to come here and choose yellow. You can see this yellow color, and when somebody hovers on it, okay, it still maintains when somebody hovers on it. So link hover should still be yellow. So this yellow is there. So I've been able to get that link there. So you can just pause the video here and copy this code because I'm using HTML. This is designed, so 2024 designed by Ubi James. You can see me here, and when somebody clicks on this link, it takes them to my website just as I've referenced here. All right, so after doing this, the last thing is to increase the size and make the footer bolder, which I need to come back here, come back, go to typography and look for footer. This is footer copyright. The font family should be Poppins, as we always do. This one is already okay. For this, we need to increase the font size to 13, and for, I think this is all, we just increase it to 13, and then we've been able to get this section just the way we have it here. So you can see the way we've designed this here. So this is how you get your footer, and this is also how you come and get your header at the top. At the end, I'll just come here and I'll click on publish, and after publishing it, I can now come here and close this from this side. So I can now close it from here, and now you can see that my website is looking beautiful with all the features on the website just the way we have it on this one. All right, okay guys, so that is it for this entire website. All right guys, so you can see that this website has other pages as well. So you can see under About Us, we have the Who We Are page, we have the Team page, we have the blog, services, and Contact Us. So I'm going to be launching one of these pages. Let's say this Who We Are. I'll just click on it, and then you can see that it has opened up. So if you're designing this website, I believe by now you should be able to design this Who We Are page, leveraging on the knowledge from the home page. You should design something like this, but because I don't want this video to be too long, we are not going to be designing everything here from scratch. And as a matter of fact, we are going to be importing these pages. All right, we are going to be importing these pages to our website. So I've already designed everything, and the link to the resources on this website is in the video description. Just go to the video description and download the file. You extract it and you see all these things inside. So I have designed this page already. I'll just go and import this page to our website. So to import a page to your website, let me just click back to come back here. You can see this Who We Are page. I will come to our dashboard, our WordPress dashboard, and here I'll click on pages. So I'll just locate pages, I'll click on pages, and then we want to create the Who We Are page. So I'll click on edit page, and when it opens up, first of all I need to make the settings. I'll scroll down here. You can see under main we have content layout. I'll just come here and choose full width. You can see full width here. Choose full width. I will disable the padding, and I'll come to the header. I will disable top bar because we don't have a top bar for this website, and then I'll come to title and disable the page title. All right, so once you make all the settings here, you come here and you update the page. Then we edit with Elementor. So I'll click on edit with Elementor, and you can see it just opens up my Elementor workspace. So for now, you can see this page is blank because there is nothing inside. So we want to import the Who We Are page, and to do that, just come to this folder icon here. After this plus, you have this folder icon. Click on it, and this is your library. This is the Elementor library. Then I will come to my templates. Come to my templates. You can see we don't have a template currently. Let me just come here again. My templates, there is nothing here. So to import a template, you can see this arrow, this icon here with this arrow pointing up. This is the import template icon. I'll click on it, and it asks me to drag and drop the JSON or zip template here. So I'll click on select file, and when I click on select file, you can see this folder pages. I have the Who We Are folder here. I'll double click and open it up. Then I'll choose the Elementor file. You can see this file here. I'll just click on open, and it's asking me. I'll just click on continue, and I'll click on enable and import. And trust me guys, within seconds you can see this page has imported. About for Moral. Then I now click on insert, So I just click on apply, and you can see this page has been imported successfully. This page has been imported successfully, and now you can see that for this place there's supposed to be an image here. Since the image didn't import, just click here and give it a background image. So I can just come to style, and then I will go to background image here, and then I'll choose any image. Basically, let me choose this one here. Just choose this one and I'll select it, and you can see that this image is showing here. So now we have this page here. We have this page looking all good. We have this page looking all good. So this is how you import a page. I'll just come here and click on publish, and now this page is active on our website, the Who We Are page. Now to get the themes page, also, there is also a template for the themes page, and I've linked everything in the video description. All right, so you can just go ahead and do that. Just click on the themes page, go to your dashboard, locate the themes page, edit it, go to Elementor, make the settings of the page, and once the settings are intact, open the page with Elementor, click on the import, and then you can import it in. So I'm not going to be importing all the pages here. I just did that for the Who We Are page so you can understand how it works, and then go ahead to add up all these other pages by yourself. All right. Okay, so after learning how to import pages to your website, the next thing would be to set your blog. So let me just come back to this website, and I've published this website already. So if I click on this Elementor icon, this logo, and I choose exit to WordPress, it brings me back to my dashboard. And from here, let's try to preview our website. This is our website now. I'll just come here and I will refresh it. Oops, this didn't work. Let me just open up the website all over again, and I'll come here and click on Who We Are, and you can see that we have the Who We Are page that I just imported. So just go ahead and import the other ones. Now if I click on the blog, you can see that the blog page is empty. The blog page is empty, and why it's empty is because we have not defined our blog page. All right, we need to go and set our blog page to display our blog post. So there is a way to do it, and to do that, come to your Elementor, scroll down and go to settings, and you can see under settings you see reading. So I'll just click on reading, and it opens up, and you can see your home page displays a static page, which is the home page. Then the post page should display our blog. All right, so the post page displays the blog. So I'll just choose this blog, come down here, and I will save it. And once it's saved, I'll come back here and I'll refresh, and you can see that our blog is now displaying here because I have set everything correctly. So let's now come to the blog we have on this website we are designing from. If I click on this website, you can see how the blog looks. We have a blog here, which I'm going to show you. This one is the list view. The arrangement, the structure here is different. It's the settings in the customize, which I'm going to be showing you very soon. While we have it this way. It's the same thing, just that the structure is different. Then if you look here by the right, you can see that this one has a sidebar that is very beautiful, but ours doesn't have. The sidebar is not organized, so we need to go and organize the widgets on our sidebar. All right, we need to go and organize the widget on our sidebar to look like this. You see, this looks better. And to do that, I'll just click here. I'll come back to my dashboard, and I will go to appearance, and then I'll click on widgets. And when I click on widget, it brings me to this place. Now you can see the default sidebar here. This is the default sidebar. we have 3 blocks. So we need to make it to look like this. The first thing here, we have about me. This is the first option, about me. If you scroll down, the next one is recent post, the next one is newsletter, and the last one is follow us. So we need to remove these blocks from here. Click on this caret and delete this one. We need to get rid of the defaults. Delete this as well. Click here and delete this. Now the first thing we need to add is about me. I'll just drag this from here and drop it here, and it just comes like this. And I need this picture here, so I'll come here and click on upload image, and I'll just choose any of these pictures. Let me just choose this guy here, and I'll insert it into the post. All right, so it has been imported. The name is Jane Doe, while the name we have here is John Stones. So I just need to come here and copy this name and replace it with the one we have here, John Stones. Lorem ipsum is the description text. The color, every other thing remains the same. Then for the social links, we have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. So I'll just come here, and if you have your social media links, you can add them here. But for me, I'm just going to be applying dummy links. So I'll just put hash here. Come here, I'll put hash as well. Come here, I'll put hash, and then on TikTok, I think we have TikTok as well. So I'll just come here and choose hash, and I'll click on save. So I've saved that post, and if I come to our blog and I refresh, watch what is going to happen. You can see we now have the sidebar with this. So we now have this sidebar displaying this way. All right, so this is it, and the next thing now would be to add the recent post. We need to add a recent post, so I need to come back here, and we just need to search. Just scroll down, you can see we have recent post here. We have recent post. I'll just, first of all, let me close this from here. I'll just drag the recent post and drop it under the about me. So this is the recent post, and the recent post, it has 3 posts. It will just bring up all your posts, all the posts you created on your website, to just bring them in. So I have added this, and I'll click on done. Recent post has been added, and the next thing here is newsletter. So for this newsletter, we are going to be using MailChimp, and MailChimp is an email marketing service provider. So I'll just drag this MailChimp and drop it under the recent post, and then you see we have newsletter here. We have this description, everything is looking great, and then I'll click on done. So we now have MailChimp here, and the last one here we have is follow us, and this follow us, we have about 5 social media icons here. So I'll just come here and look for social icons. You can see I'll just drag the social icons and drop it under the MailChimp. You can see, so we have follow us, we have this here. So I just need to come and specify the ones I want. I can put hash for X. For Facebook, I'll put hash as well. Instagram hash, this hash as well, and I'll just use this 4. I'll scroll down and I'll just click on save. Now, after saving it, I'll come and refresh my website. Watch, we have only this one. By the time I refresh it, you will see what happens. So now you can see that we have recent post, we have newsletter, and we have follow us. So you can see how it looks. This is the design, and our sidebar is now looking beautiful. So let me come back here, and I'm just scrolling to the top. If you want to use, I'm checking to see if we can change the style of these social icons. You can see the style is showing light. I can come here and choose colored, and I'll scroll down and I'll save it. So if I choose colored and I save, by the time I come back and refresh, it will be showing me the official colors of these social icons. So let me just refresh it and see. You can see showing me the official colors this way. So you can choose any style you want, and it's going to work for you. All right, so we've been able to create the blog and also able to create the sidebar. we've been able to create a blog and sidebar. Now, the next part, I'll be showing you how to make your website responsive across multiple devices like desktop, tablet, and mobile phones. How to make your website to be responsive. That is what we are going to be treating next. Now, to make our website responsive, let's come back to Elementor. And you can see this is how our website looks on desktop. Let me just minimize this. This is how our website looks on desktop. Let me close this up. This is how it looks on desktop. If I click here on the tablet, this is how it looks on tablets, which is not too bad. So this is how it looks on tablet. And when I come to the mobile phone, this is how it looks on phone. And you can see this doesn't look too bad, but we just need to make some adjustments. All right, so we are going to try to make the adjustment on the tablet first. So if I click on the tablet, I'll minimize this. Let's try to fix things here. So for this first part, I can do something. I can just click on this one, and then I'll come to advanced, and I will delink the padding. All right, and I'll say padding left should be 10 pixels, or let me use 20 pixels, and right should be 20 pixels, so we can have space from the left and from the right, at least to an extent. Then I need to come here and reduce the size of this heading because it needs to be reduced on tablet. So I'll come here, instead of 50, I can make it to be around 40. I can give it 40. And for the paragraph, I'll come to style and reduce the size of the paragraph. I'll reduce it to 14. Let me see how 14 looks. So sorry, 14 is looking great. And for the button, I think it looks great. So you can see this section is now looking very fine. Then I will scroll down to this next part. This looks great. This looks great. Then when I get to this part, this thing being side by side doesn't really make sense here. So all I need to do is to come here, and instead of making the arrow to face right, I'll just change it to face down. And then trust me guys, this feature is only going to be applied on tablet. It's not going to be applied on desktop. If I come back to desktop, you can still see it's side by side, but when I come to the tablet, we now have this like this, which makes it to look better. All right, so if now gotten this part, if I come down here, you can see how everything is looking here. It looks great. But when we get to this part, instead of making the container to face side by side, we need everything to go down. So I just come here and change the direction to face down, and now you can see we have specialty additives, we have technology and infrastructure, and down here we have performance materials. So we are just changing the structure to make it to look better. Then when we get to this part, I'll click here to select this container, and instead of making it to come to layout, instead of making it to face right, I can just come and make it to just face down if I want, and it's going to be showing like this. Now if I don't want, I can place everything side by side. All right, I can make it to be side by side by coming to give this a width in percentage, but I think it looks okay like this. It looks okay like this. This is fine. Come down here, our creative talent, I'll click on this one. Sorry, I'll click on this one, and I'll just change the direction to face down so it shows us like this. And let's just try to style this one. Let me change the direction back like this. Let's try to use a different approach on this one. So I'll click here on this first one. You can see this container here inside. I'll click on it, and for the width here, I want to give it a width of, I want to give the width in percentage. So I'll come here and make percentage, and I'll give it 50. Oops, sorry, we don't need to do that. Let me change this back to pixels. I'll come to this place, and I'll just point it down to give me this like this. Then I will now align the picture how I want. If I click on this pen, you can see this picture is here. I can come to style, and for the width I can make it to be 100% if I want the width to be like this, so it displays this picture like this. In this way, you can see it displays the picture like this. Then we have all this here. Then I'll come to Kim Phillips, click on this pen, this place to select the picture, come to style, and I can increase the width. You must not make it 100%. You can make it somewhere around 80. If 80 is fine, you can make it around 80. See, this doesn't look bad. So you can make it 80, or if you don't want, you can just make it 100%, so somebody can see it this way when they view it on tablet. I'll come down here, click here, and I'll make this to go to the style and make the width to be 100 as well. Then I come down here, I select this, go to the style and make the width to be 100. So you can see how it looks. Everything is looking great. And then I publish. Now for the blog, I think this looks great. I'll come down here, turning ideas into reality. I can reduce the size by coming to typography. Instead of 40, I can go with something around 35. 35 looks great. And if you want to give make spaces by the left and right, I can just come to advanced. I'll delink the padding and I'll give it padding left to be 10 and padding right. Sorry, I shouldn't be doing this for this one. I should do it for the whole container. Select this whole container, come to advanced, delink the padding and make padding left to be 10 or 20 and make padding right to be 20 as well, so you can have space by the side. Then for the map, I can just click here and change the direction to face down. Come to layout, change the direction on tablet to face down, so you can have this get in touch at the top and then you can get the map at the bottom. All right, so this is how you get that section. And in this section as well, I can just come and click here, select the whole container and make it to face down, so this shows like this and this other one shows like this. So you can see that everything looks very beautiful on tablets. Everything is looking great on tablet. And to do it on mobile, I come to mobile and I'll just click here to scroll to the top. And for the mobile, I think this looks great. This looks great on mobile. Let's come down. This is almost touching the border, so I'll click on this container and we come to advanced. And for the padding left, I can say 20. Let's check this. We need to delink it first of all. Sorry, we need to delink this from here. And then I say padding top, let's give it 100 like we did before. Padding bottom as well should be 100, but padding left should be 20 and padding right should be 20. So let's say something like this, and then this is how we are going to have it. You can see how we have it, how everything is looking. I scroll down to this place, I click here, come to advanced and I delink the padding and I'll say padding left should be 20 and padding right should be 20 as well. All right, so this is how you have this part, so you can have space here. Then I scroll down, every other thing looks great. I come here, this is looking great as well. I come here, I select the container, I come to advanced and I say I'll delink the padding. I just delink it. I'll say padding top should be 100, padding bottom should be 100 as well, padding right should be 20 and left should be 20. So we can have it this way and you can see how it's looking beautiful. Then I come down to the news, I select the entire container, come to advanced, I'll delink it, padding top 70, bottom 70, right 20 and left 20. So you can see that we have it this way. Then I scroll down to this section, I click here, I come to the padding, I delink it, I say padding top should be 20, or let's use 50. Padding top should be 50. Let me use 70. Padding top should be 70. Padding bottom should be 70 as well. padding right should be 20 and padding left should be 20, so we can have it this way. All right, if you want, you can go ahead and reduce the size of the text as well. Then I come down, this looks great, this looks great, this looks great, and this looks great as well. So now we've been able to design this to fit in perfectly on mobile phone. We've made it to fit in well on tablets, and we've also made it to look great on desktop. So I'll just come here and I will publish it. So that is how you make your website to be responsive across different devices. All right, so I believe you've been able to understand this part. Now the next thing we are going to be doing, we are going to be looking at how to add a translator on our website. So that is what we are going to be doing next. All right, so to add the translator on our website, we need to go back to our WordPress dashboard, come back to our dashboard, and we need to install a plugin. All right, we need to install a plugin to help with that functionality. So to install that plugin, come to plugins, click on plugins, and click on add new plugin at the top. Add new plugin, and when it opens up, come and search for G-Translate. This is Google Translate. Just search for G-Translate, and then you can see it brings up this plugin for you. The first one here by AI Multilingual Solutions. It has over 600,000 active installations and was last updated 4 days ago. So I'll just click on install now. It installs, and then I'll click on activate. So once it activates, I'll just scroll down to my plugins and I'll look for G-Translate. Once you locate it, click on settings, and then it brings you to the settings. Now the first thing I want you to do for this widget look, this is the preview, this is how it's going to be displaying. You can see, if you love it like this, you leave it, but I always love to put it on nice drop down with flags. You see, I love it this way when it shows the language, so I prefer it like this. So I'll choose this one. I will scroll down and I will auto switch to browser language so that it can change to the person's browser language from wherever the person is accessing the website. So I'll choose this option. Then show in menu, I'll just come here and choose to display in my main menu. All right, so it displays in the main menu, and I'll come down, and for the open direction, I'll just leave it at the top, and this one, show floating language selector, I can just choose to show it at the top left. Yeah, something like this. Then when you now come down here, you can see the languages to be displayed, and by default it just displays few languages, I think about 10 or 7 or so. But if you want, you can come here and click on check all to have all these languages on your website. All right, but right now we have just these few languages selected. So once we have these languages selected, just come here and click on save changes. And after saving the changes, if I come to our website now and I refresh it, let's refresh our website, and you can see we have this translator showing at the top, showing here. And if I click here and I choose Arabic, it's going to be translating our website to Arabic. So you can see how easy that was. If I choose English, or if I choose French, if I choose Chinese, let me choose Chinese, and you can see it just translates our website to Chinese. All right, so this is how you add the translator plugin on your website. That is how you add a translator on your website. All right guys, so I think we have been able to complete this website. We've been able to design this website from start to finish. So let's just come to our website and refresh it and take a look at our whole website and just check how everything looks. So I'll just come here and I'll refresh this website, and when the website opens up, you can see here we have a translator and everything is working cool. We have all these languages popping up. We have the logo here. We have the navigation menu with all the styles and effects on it. You can see everything looks beautiful. Then when I scroll down, we have the hero section with the call to action. You can see the actions on this button. I've been able to cover everything in this tutorial. You can see the animation effects, how the text and the video came in together. You can see the effect on this button. We've been able to create this section. Then when I come down here, we have specialty chemicals. We've been able to design this section and everything is working great. If I scroll down, you can see the analytics section with the counter. Everything is working great. Then for the team, we have the team and everything looks great here. Then I'll scroll down to the news and events, and here we have a blog. All right, we have 2 blog posts. And if I right click on anyone and I click on open a new tab, let's just see how our blog is looking. I come here and you can see that everything is looking great. You can see it. This is looking great. This is looking great. The content and the structure, everything is looking great. You can see it from here. Someone can even come here and drop a comment and post. Okay, so everything is looking great from the blog. And after the blog section, we created this other section, and here we created the get in touch. We made a form and we also added a map. Then if I come down, we have the newsletter section to subscribe, and we also have the connect with us section here with the social icons. Down here we have copyright with the footer. We have the footer here with the copyright, and here we have scroll to top. If I come here and I click here, it scrolls back to the top, and I think we are able to also link some pages. Like for the who we are page, if I click on it, it's going to load up and open the who we are page for me. So I think we've been able to cover basically almost everything in this video tutorial. So guys, I believe you guys found help with this video tutorial. I believe you got value for your time. If you love this video, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Just subscribe to this channel and also hit the bell notification icon. Don't also forget to give this video a thumbs up so it can trigger the YouTube algorithm to show this video to more people. Please guys, share this video with your family, your friends, and everyone who wants to start a career in website design. If at any point while you're watching this video you have any suggestions for me, you have any questions, you have any challenges with the video, please don't forget to drop your concerns in the comment section. I'm going to be linking all the links to the resources to this video in the description so you can have access to all the files. And very importantly guys, if you want to have access to my free mentorship, I'm going to be leaving the link to join my mentorship community in the description of this video. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.